Make it
to
across
Chris from the
Christy.
75th. OP there. I mean, oh, here we go. God dang!
Oh,
Bonzo,
Chris said,
go down
Chris
to
said, I'm
Chris.
waiting until that Artie comes in,
And
right?
down
oh,
he goes.
down
I mean,
he goes.
they are just.
It's hard to make it.
They are
Hard to
just
make it.
cannon fodder. But I mean, but that's what you got to do. I think if you're
You gotta
Esprit.
keep the pressure. You gotta keep the pressure.
That's a precision.
Incoming, incoming, incoming.
Trying to identify where this comes in. Just a body. No, you know, they talked about they're slow to start, so they never win more than 3-2. Look at that tank.
We
shot
may
of the
see
Puma.
something different.
Unbelievable AT shot. That must have been at least 200 meters away. Another one. Down
Inbound.
He goes. What a
Down he
crazy
goes.
AT shot. For
That's a
ICF.
sniper. Man, that's a sniper shot.
Incredible shot. And Ambulance gets one. Down he goes.
These
Lionheart
gunfights
won.
are everything. They're everything. Lionheart's got to take him out.
He gets him. Get on the point.
Did he go
Get
down?
The Garrison.
I just lost Lionheart. He's down.
He's down. There's no
Are
one
they
on
going
the
to push
point.
the Gary? Do they know the Gary's there?
I don't know, but they're not pushing it.
They're
not
going to
pushing
redline
it.
it here in a minute. They
History
gotta get a
Builder
little
just spawned on his OP.
MG, they're watching it. They're watching the Gary with it. No, what is this guy doing?
MG pushing.
He sees it.
Maybe, I don't know. Are they waiting for a strike?
They're waiting for a spawn. What are the resources at right now? Bombing runs are going to be vital.
Tons of
Strafing
munitions.
runs.
That's a bombing
There
run.
it is.
That's
There
a
it
bombing run for ICF. Does he take out the Garrison? And that's done. But
No,
the Garrison is still up.
remains, and the MG went down for ICF right there.
But takes him out. And the 76, they have identified the
It is
position on the
big.
76. The
They're
commander has
pushing on
marked it.
Taking out supplies, too. Oh,
Yeah.
down he goes.
No, he's gone. He's gone. The Greyhound maintaining coverage, keeping
Good
infantry
standoff.
off the
Great
76's
standoff
back.
right there.
But they have identified the position on that tank, and only time will tell. There may be a precision. Can I get there
Here
in
it comes, here
time?
it comes.
Can he get it? He's moving.
Oh, he's moving. He
Down
is.
he goes.
He goes. Down he
Precision.
goes.
Takes out the 76.
That precision strike, I mean, that has to hurt. That's almost like you're... oh!
But he gets down as well. Taken out as well. Look at this. Stewart pushing up. Right on the Tiger's ass. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Incredible. Takes him out.
Oh my god!
Takes him out.
Oh my gosh!
What?
Stewart!
The Stewart
Just took out the Tiger.
I take back
Shit.
everything that I said. Everything that I said. I see I'm taking out the Tiger. Oh, my gosh. Broken arrow. If you're watching.
This is that right now. Bombing runs are going to be vital.
Tons of
Strafing
munitions.
runs.
That's a bombing
There
run.
it is.
That's
There
a
it
bombing run for ICF. Does he take out the Garrison? And that's done. But
No,
the Garrison is
Garrison
still up.
remains, and the MG went down for ICF right there,
But there's
too.
still a squad leader left. Did not get the Garrison. That was their chance, man. And it's just the positioning of the Garrison is just, it just saved them. It saved them the identity run. They're not going to capitalize, but certainly going to make them sweat. Big infantry push. Big infantry push for Esprit.
33 minutes left.
A bombing run for FOC
Oh
in return.
Danger
Slap you
close.
back,
Danger
sorry.
close. Get
Oh.
down. Get down. Oh.
The Lux is still up.
Oh my gosh. Artie just fell too.
FOC
Good
said
response by FOC.
you can do a
Look
bombing
at
run
this.
will return the favor.
Lux is still up though. That Lux through this whole
So
game.
it's the
has
little
just been
Lux
so
that could.
bad.
The
Yes,
little
sir.
Lux that could.
Doot.
Down he goes.
You know, he
The
goes
Lux
down,
is
but he
down.
held for as long
Man,
as he could.
that was a close moment. This is what I'm talking about. Moment. Two. Taken out as well. Look at this. Stewart pushing up. Right on the Tiger's ass. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Incredible. Takes him out.
Oh my god!
Takes him out.
Oh my gosh!
What? Got squad leader here. Heavenly. He must have found the Garrison. Dr. Spetz, can he get him? No, sir. He's gonna get to that Garrison on the backhand side. Can he get the Garrison? Here's the real question. Diesel, the sniper, covering on a pro.
Still pushing though.
Yes, a Lux is pushing in for Esprit, providing support in addition to the Tiger. that is further. There's actually a tiger real close. Look at this. This tiger. Trying to get an angle on it here. Right here, the tiger in play here on the southwest side. They bomb and run. They're not going to capitalize, but certainly going to make them sweat. Big infantry push. Big infantry push for his free.
33 minutes left.
A bomb and run for FOC in return.
Danger close. Danger close. Get down. Get down. Oh!
The Lux is still up.
Oh my gosh, Artie just fell too.
FOC setting. You can do a bomb and run. Will return the favor.
Lux is still up though. That Lux through this whole game.
It's the little Lux that could. The little Lux that could. Down it goes! On the thinnest of margins right now. And the real question is, do they get a spawn away? Down he goes. Was it enough though? Was it enough space? 30 seconds is the goal.
They know. Broken Arrow knows that Arrowhead's there. There it is. Full commit. Full commit. They're gonna have to. This is it. This is the play from ICF. Are they gonna be able to pull it out though?
I hear a bombing run. I hear a bombing run. Boom! It goes. It's gonna get it all.
Broken Arrow.
It's gonna get it all. Broken Arrow gets it all.
What a bombing run! That was everything. That was it. That was it. That was a play game right there.
And
that
there's
was
a Stewart on the point for ICF. I don't know if he can.
Oh, bounce off the top. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Here's the push. Are the Tigers going to push in, right? That's the question right now.
He's about to become visible, but they just shot. Can they push fast enough to not get hit by this?
Does he have infantry?
By the tiger?
Pull back
no infantry. No infantry. He is surrounded. He is surrounded. But man, whoever is covering him is doing well. Look at this push across the river.
The push. Center push. This is what we're talking about. If that 76 stays alive for 30 more seconds, is all he's got to do. That's allowed. That's allowed. He's going to get it. Oh, he knows. He's responding. Satchel's on. That 76 cannot push back. He's trying to push back. He needs to keep going.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
He's got to know. Something's bad is about to happen to him. They have an AT gun out here.
Let's see. It was. There was an AT gun. That AT gun is down now.
I bet.
Look at this.
I bet that was it.
Coltrane.
Oh, Coltrane.
Get behind.
He has found the Gary.
Chimera trying to get on it. He's got it.
He's going for an OP burn. No,
right there, they identified more guys coming up the center for FOC, and they have pushed up. They think it's Artie. He said around me. He knows. He knows. But he's right back. No!
Excel. Oh,
Excel.
That's hard. Could have happened to anybody. I mean, that guy. This guy.
The streets holding it down. He's got his fury moments.
This man owns the streets right now, it appears.
Does he get any support? No. His one man's down. He's holding shit down. He finally goes down. And Kyle got it. And here's the critical part of what just happened. They just lost the repair station. And the armor!
Oh my gosh! Oh
what
my
a shot!
That Artie!
And now this tiger is in critical shape.
Where'd that shot come from?
He's getting hit by the 76. I think he's just barely getting hit. Down he goes!
Oh, down he goes! Down he goes! Okay, this is what we're talking about.
And a precision to add on it a little bit too late. Wait, what happened? OPs are gone. Compton taking out the OPs at the building. He has retaken control of the building with just 3.5 minutes left. Big spawn way off of the garrison. Once you got that building, it is just nearly impossible.
Well, it is, but it ain't over. That center push may come from 1st Marine Raiders.
I hope so.
AT rocket hit right. I just saw a leg.
Guys pushing, no one else on the point, could not get there in time, and now we're right back to where we were, and Lux is down. I mean, just, gosh, dang, they're going to have to continue to grind. I mean, boom! They're laying it down. I mean, you do not want to be Esprit on the attack right now. Oh my gosh! Just body parts flying!
You know, and what you want to do with Artie sometimes, Hard Lane, is be perfect.
Oh my God!
There he goes again. That's exactly what I said.
Oh my gosh!
Terrain deniability. They got that bridge zoned in. They have it pinged. They're getting rounds out as quick as possible.
Gosh, someone please play Sunday Bloody Sunday. I mean, my gosh.
You know what I want to see? I want to see either an FOC guy make it across this bridge, or
just like Rufus's dog up in the center. I mean, Joe, U.S.
Big
Ranger,
Spawn
and
already just fell.
Look at this, another push across the river. Oh
They
my
made-
gosh!
There
Oh
goes
my
the
god!
intestine.
And look at this in the chat. Just want to shout out U.S. Ranger. We are suffering for you, Twitch. Amen.
Hey, those guys, they are playing one of the most important roles, and that's just getting thrown into the fray. You gotta commit to it.
Into the blender. That's a shot on the medium. Down it goes for FOC. Oh my god! And look at this in the chat. Just want to shout out U.S. Ranger. We are suffering for you, Twitch. Amen.
Hey, those guys, they are playing one of the most important roles, and that's just getting thrown into the fray. You gotta commit to it.
Into the blender. That's a shot on the medium. Down it goes for FOC. Medium down. All they got left now is the 76. Right here, 76. Up here, he's pushing now to the east side.
Oh, gotta get some AT on
got
that.
him, man. He missed that AT shot.
Just barely.
Barely. And look at this. But down goes the Greyhound.
Down it goes. AT to the right somewhere. Who was that? Zoom in on that guy's sheet real quick. Who was that?
B-Rye. And Fat
what a
Egg
shot.
now pushing it
What a quick
absolutely.
response.
And now it looks like ICF getting back in. They have taken back cap pressure. But here we go. We got to go back to dugout. But here's what's happening.
Red line
Garrison.
In and get that pressure. And maybe that's the play too, right?
Yeah. And Chris, JT, and the boys are still
at there's OP. Chris. We love Chris. Hey, Chris, shout out.
Shout
Make
out
it
to
across,
Chris from the 75th OP there. I mean, oh, here we go. God dang!
Chris said,
go down
Chris said, I'm waiting until that already comes in,
and
right?
Down he goes.
Down
I mean,
he goes.
they are just...
It's hard to make it.
They are just cannon fodder. But, I mean, but that's what you got to do, I think, if you're
You got to keep the pressure. You got to keep the pressure.
That's a precision.
Incoming.
Trying to identify where this comes in. Just a body. No, you know, they talked about they're slow to start, so they never win more than 3-2. Look at that tank
We
shot
may
of the
see
Puma.
something different.
Unbelievable AT shot. That must have been at least 200 meters away. Another one. Down
Inbound.
He goes. What a
down
crazy
he
AT shot.
That's
ICF.
a sniper. Man, that's a sniper shot.
Incredible shot. And IBuilder gets one. Down he goes.
These gunfights are everything. They're everything. Lionheart's got to take him out.
He gets him. Get on the point.
Did he go down?
The Garrison.
I just lost Lionheart. He's down.
He's down. There's no
one
on
Are they
going to
push the Gary? Do they know the Gary's there?
I don't know, but they're not pushing it.
They're going to redline it here in a minute.
History Builder just spawned on his OP.
MG, they're watching it. They're watching the Gary with... No? What is this guy doing?
MG pushing.
He's seen that.
Maybe? I don't know. Are they waiting for a strike?
They're waiting for a spawn. What are the resources at right now? Bombing runs are going to be vital.
Tons of munitions. That's a bombing run.
There it is.
That's a bombing run for ICF. Does he take out the Garrison? And that's done.
No,
the Garrison
remains, and the MG went down for ICF right there.
But takes him out. And the 76, they have identified the position on the 76. The commander has marked it.
Taking out supplies, too. Oh,
yeah.
Down he goes.
No, he's gone. He's gone. The Greyhound maintaining coverage, keeping infantry off the 76's back.
Right,
but they have identified the position on that tank, and only time will tell. There may be a precision. Can I get there in time? Can he get it moving?
Oh, he's moving. He
goes.
He goes.
Precision. Takes out the 76.
That precision strike, I mean, that has to hurt. That's almost like you're... oh!
But he gets down as well. Taken out as well. Look at this. Stewart pushing up. Right on the Tiger's ass. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Incredible. Takes him out.
Oh my god.
Takes him out.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Stewart.
The
Stewart just took out the Tiger.
I take back everything that I said. Everything that I said. I see I'm taking out the Tiger. Oh my gosh. Broken arrow. If you're watching
is that right now, bombing runs are going to be vital.
Tons of
Strafing
munitions.
runs.
That's a bombing
There
run.
it is.
That's
There
a
it
bombing
is.
run for ICF. Does he take out the Garrison? And that's not.
No,
the Garrison is still
remains, and the MG went down for ICF right there.
But there's
too.
still a squad leader left. Did not get the Garrison. That was their chance, man. And it's just the positioning of the Garrison is just, it just saved them. It saved them the idea of the run. They're not going to capitalize, but certainly going to make them sweat. Big infantry push. Big infantry push for Esprit.
33 minutes left.
A bombing run for FOC in return.
Danger close. Danger close. Get down. Get down. Oh!
The Lux is still up.
Oh my gosh. Artie just fell too.
FOC setting. You can do a bombing run will return.
In the heart of competition, where every clash is a moment etched in destiny, the tale unfolds once more. GBI and Broken Arrow, protagonists in a saga, find themselves on the grand stage of APL's opening week. But this is not just a rematch. It's a chance to redefine the narrative, to reshape the story with all twists only champions can deliver. And as the curtain rises on this chapter, the dichotomy of friends turned rivals takes center stage. Yankees versus Aussies, old blood against new. The battlefield echoes with the resonance of past eliminations and fresh drama. GBI, riding high on the streak, seeks to extend their dominance with an unpredictable and wild strategy. They thrive on unconventional maps, utilizing high concealed areas, ambushing foes, and executing aggressive anti-tank plays.
Contesting the point for GBI, and there's guys pushing across the open field. Oh my goodness! Can they get this? Oh, and there's an OP spawn for GBI. Oh my goodness! Cap progress in favor of GBI on this 4th point.
Meanwhile, Broken Arrow's bread and butter lie in the parts of their infantry play. The positioning and map control rival the elite, standing as a formidable force among the world's best squads. Whilst historical challenges in our play exist, new blood injects fresh vigor, and the potential for Broken Arrow to reach new heights loom large.
You know, Broken Arrow knows that airhead's there. There it is. Full commit. Full commit. They're gonna have to. This is it. This is the play from ICF. Are they gonna be able to pull it out though?
I hear a bombing run. I hear a bombing run. Boom! It goes. It's gonna get it all.
Broken Arrow.
It's gonna get it all. Broken Arrow gets it all.
What a bombing run! That was everything.
And in its saga, the final chapter isn't written in prophecy. It's etched in Destiny's ink. This Saturday, the scroll unfurls and the epic unfolds. Week 1 of APL, Division 1, broadcasted live from the Dog's Den. Brace yourself for a clash that transcends the ordinary, where champions are forged and destinies are sealed. But this is not just a battle. It's an odyssey of champions.
And we are live from the Dog's Den APL Week 1. BA versus GBI. Here we go. Sheepdog alongside me, Wix. Thank you so much for joining me, my man.
Glad to be here. How you doing?
I'm fantastic, dude. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I don't know. It's been a long time since we done like an actual tournament stream. Last time we did it was seasonals. So excited to be back at it, dude. Exciting times, dude. Exciting. And it's a banger, dude. It's a banger. I don't know about you, but it's about as good of a matchup as we probably could have gotten. BA, GBI. I mean, dude, I don't know what your thoughts are just right off the top of your head, but this is going to be a banger of a match, dude.
Yeah, it should be good. I think these teams have played each other quite a bit, so that should be familiar. I think they're relatively, even what we expect from them. So expect a close match.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and we got a lot in store for you, for the people who are watching the audience. So, FYI, obviously 30-minute delay, so we won't be able to respond to your comments in real time, unfortunately. Not a big deal, but we will be looking at the comments. So, please feel free to fill up that comment section. Who do you think is going to win? Who do you think? Is it Broken Arrow? Is it going to be GBI? We're going to be talking to both teams. We got a couple of things coming up. First off, we have an interview coming up with Broken Arrow. Our boy, I'm so sorry.
In the heart of competition, for every...
Give me 1 second. First off, we're going to have an interview with 1200 from Broken Arrow, Sniper Elite for Broken Arrow, mind you. That's going to be a good interview. We also have another interview coming up. We got the boys from GBI, Prawn Hub, and I don't have it on the transition here, but Cactus is also going to be joining us. So that'll be good to talk to both sides, see what, get different perspectives on each team. So obviously this match is going to be on SMDM. Like you mentioned, two teams that have played each other a bunch in the past, and I think the narrative going into this is, what's really interesting is that for a Broken Arrow team that has been very successful over the course of the last year or so, GBI's kind of been their Achilles heel, man. Like, it has been tough for Broken Arrow to get anything going against GBI.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where I think, you kind of think both teams are pretty even, but one has consistently come out on top. So fair to say, probably GBI, has been the slightly better team, but it's a new year, it's a new tournament, and you don't know what really is, what improvements have been made and, what changes have been made. So it's another measuring stick here to see where they're at. Yeah, for sure. And so, for GBI and for Broken Arrow, this is week 1. So at the very least, this isn't an elimination match by any stretch of the imagination. And based on how APL is played out, there's 3 divisions, right? And this is going to be a Division 1 matchup. This is actually the very first Division 1 matchup. For those of you who are joining us and didn't watch Mo or Osberg's stream, Vanguarda and 3 Foys was the first matchup of APL. It's already happened. It was a 5-0 over the course of 32 minutes. Vanguarda coming out on top. So they are the very first team to get a win. And the first win was a 5-0. Pretty exciting. Pretty exciting to see a 5-0 for the very first matchup, kind of putting out a statement. I don't know about, I don't know a whole lot about both teams, so it was really interesting to watch that matchup. I don't know if you have an opinion on that Vanguarda 3 Foys map, or even just the even the teams as a whole. Yeah, I didn't have a chance to watch a ton of that match, but I think probably that's the expected outcome.
Yeah.
Vanguarda is the remnants of an old 501st team that used to compete as part of Alianza Sudamericana a few seasonals ago, that kind of broke up, and then Vanguarda rose from the ashes of that. So I don't know how many players there still are from the old 501 team there, but definitely at least some experience there with high level tournaments, and they kind of know what they're doing a little bit. So I don't know that outcome is going to be a huge surprise, but you never really know until you get in the server, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is a tournament where in the past, APL has especially been put out there as the tournament where it could be Davids versus Goliaths. And certainly even in these divisions, that could be the case too. And so we saw a Vanguarda squad come out really strong, 3 Foys. It struggled a bit. I wish I got to see, really focus on it, but I was a little bit busy. We do got an interview coming up here with our boy 1200. Really exciting to be able to talk to him, get his perspective on things. So I think we're going to drag him up in here, and let me do that right here. So we have with us in store, we have an awesome interview. 1200. He is I've known this dude since the BKG days. A lot of respect for the dude. Just an incredible sniper, dude. Like, he is like one of the best snipers I've ever seen in the game. Just an absolute. He's not just a sniper. He's a great infantryman all the way around. 1200 from Broken Arrow. Thank you so much for joining me, my man.
Hey, man. Happy to be here. Thanks for talking me up, by the way.
Yeah, we got to, dude. We got to, man. So one of the things that we've been talking about, and kind of the coming up of the match was, the BA has done incredibly well throughout the last year. Had really strong showings in HCA, really strong showings in APL, in seasonals APL as well, and also in that 18v18s tournament. That was probably their shining moment. But GBI has been kind of the Achilles heel for Broken Arrow. What are your thoughts, after having that struggle. What are your thoughts going into this matchup, especially in a tournament, nonetheless?
I mean, I think we surprised a lot of people in seasonal when we pulled out that win versus Alpha, and that was kind of a great and a big deal for the guys. That's huge. I think it kind of kept the team pushing forward. But you're right, GBI. I think we've always just about been there with GBI. Like, we've been given the opportunity to pull out a win versus them. It's just we just haven't been able to get it done. And I'm really hoping, I'm very hopeful in the format we're playing and the time we've put in with the current roster we have. I'm really hopeful that we can pull out a win versus these guys.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Absolutely. So, from your perspective, what do you see? Are we going to see a change in strategy between 35s and that 49s format? What are your thoughts on that transition between doing seasonals and doing APL?
Yeah, I know we have reworked our strat, and what we're doing is definitely what you're going to see is going to be a little bit different. And I mean, for instance, I'm not scoping this one. I'm going to be infantry, so that is different for me. I've played infantry a lot in pubs. I played infantry a lot with BKG, and when I first started with Broken Arrow, I played infantry a lot. So it's kind of a weird transition for me, but I'm not gonna have any. Hopefully, I won't have any issue with that. But yeah, our strat has changed. We're doing 40s versus GBI, so that's kind of a different animal. You got quite a few less people on the field. You got a lot more holes, and I think you gotta turtle up a little bit more and just watch those flanks.
Yeah, I got a question, kind of about how you coming into this tournament. I think every team is hoping that they're going to improve upon how they've done in past tournaments, and you can get as detailed, I guess, as you want if you want to get into it. But my question is kind of from Broken Arrow's perspective, where are you guys anticipating the improvement to come from? Is it going to be some new players that maybe you've recruited? Is it a different kind of format for your roster? Or are you guys trying different things? Or is it just going to be the additional experience, the additional game time, and the additional cohesion? Where do you think Broken Arrow is going to be seeing their improvement come from in this tournament?
Well, I think we've done quite a few things coming into APL, and one of the big things is we picked up Honey Badger and his crew for tanking, and I think that is where we've kind of fell down on in the past is our tank crew, and with just having that leadership in the back and having a solid tank crew, I think it's going to help us a lot. But we've also picked up several new recruits. I mean, we've lost a few players here and there. But just our overall strategy and moving the guys around in the appropriate spots, I think, is what's going to be key here. And coming out of seasonal, we can kind of see where we need to make those adjustments and move guys from different line squads, maybe to flex, or like me, getting me out of recon and not running 2 snipers and putting me in a different position will help too, I think. And then just getting the right people in the squad lead position is key. And making sure we're not tiring these folks out, getting them in the right spot. And I think that hopefully that'll carry us a win here.
Absolutely. So, let's kind of take it back a step, right? So you guys are in Division 1, which is a huge compliment. I think that Broken Arrow is well deserved to be in Division 1. Kind of give us your preview. Give us your thoughts. What do you think about the other teams in the division?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a tough division, but you're right. I think we definitely deserve to be there, but it's not going to be an easy road, and it's going to be tough. It's going to take a lot of stratting. It's going to take a lot of confidence really from the guys on the team to be able to pull out any of these wins, and yeah, just any one of them. And I think that's kind of the great thing about these top teams is the win could go either way. One mistake can be fatal to another team, obviously. So I think these wins and losses could go either way, and I think you're going to see some surprises this season.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Lots of strong teams. ESPT, obviously, one of them. TL Glow, kind of that dark horse candidate. Obviously, you guys in GBI as well as Syndicate. So, let's talk about Broken Arrow for a second here. From your experience, and obviously you've kind of been in a couple of different groups now. What do you think defines Broken Arrow as a group? What do you think is if you could name one thing that you're really proud of as a Broken Arrow member, what would it be?
Well, I think towards the end of seasonal here and going into APL and just our scrims leading up to APL, it's just guys stepping up and spending that extra time stratting, spending that extra time learning snipes and rocket snipes, and just putting in that extra work makes me proud, because I've never had that before. I've never seen that before. And I come from a long line of competitive background, from Counter-Strike to COD 4 to all high-level gameplay. So I know it's needed, that extra time, and we need multiple people to help put that in. And I think maybe we got it this time, and I'm hoping we do. And like I said, I'm proud that for the people that have stepped up and put in that extra time.
I love that answer. That's a fantastic answer. Well, it's 100. We're gonna let you get to it, my dude. Thank you so much for joining us, man, especially on such short notice, really, right before the matchup. So we wish you luck, my man. We're excited to spectate you and the rest of your BA crew, and thank you so much for joining us, man.
Hey, thanks, man. Take care.
Absolutely. Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. And they're gonna need it too. They're gonna need the prep. I think one of the things that stood out to me after watching GBI get eliminated against a really tough ESPT crew, Wix, you were there for that too, in the interview with Bear, is just the spirit of just not giving up, right? The spirit of like, we may have lost, but like we're still a group, we're still together, we're still a community, and I think that's something that speaks to Hell Let Loose and the community as a whole in terms of the attitude and mindset and the friendship. I love it. It's one of my favorite parts of Hell Let Loose.
Yeah, and I'm going to ask GBI the same question about where they think the improvement comes from in this tournament. And if I don't hear anything about the power of friendship, I'm going to be a little disappointed.
I am too. Either that or Shrinus is probably going to come up at some point in time. But it's going to be really interesting. So let's talk about, just with a little bit of time that we got before the next interview, which is obviously going to be with Prawn Hub and Cactus of GBI. This SMDM map. Wix, when the first thing you think of SMDM, what are the thoughts that come to your mind?
Well, maybe a little bit selfishly, my first thought is that why do I always end up streaming on this map? Yeah. It's like the one I always do. I've probably done it like 10 times now. Not that I don't enjoy it. It's a great map, but yeah, I mean that's to be honest, that's my first thought. But from a perspective that viewers might be more interested in, I think of, hey, everybody kind of knows this map. Like, you're not a competitive player if you haven't played a ton of matches on SMDM. So my first thought is it'd be really cool to see a surprise, something that we haven't seen before. An AT gun on the top of a radar dish, or I don't know, a sniper up a tree. Like, I don't know. I'd like to see something we've never seen before, because, not that matches on SMDM are boring, but you kind of know what to expect. Like, you can, predict exactly where the fighting is going to be before you ever watch, because no matter what the point combo is, it's been played so many times.
Yeah.
That you kind of know what to expect, and I'm always hoping for something exciting and new.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, just like that, we got Cactus and Prawn Hub joining us for an interview. Cactus, Prawn Hub, thank you so much for joining us, guys. We really appreciate your time.
Hey guys.
Hey guys, no problem. Nice to be here.
Absolutely. So, obviously, one of the things we talked about with the BA boys and kind of in the lead up to this match, right, is the history, right? The history between both teams. In some ways, you guys are like best freaking friends. In some ways, you guys are nemesis. You guys have had multiple scrims in the past, but multiple comp matches in the past too. And you guys have come out on top and basically every single one of them up to this point. Does that put pressure on you guys? Is that weighing your mind at all going into this match?
Yeah, look, we've got a good rapport with BA over the few months. It's just gotten better, and obviously, yes, we have scrimmed over the past, and we do have a 4-0 record on top of them. But every game, keep in mind, has come down to a B's dick. So yeah, it's always tight. It's always a tight game. I think there was only one on Hook and Forest where we did crack them in the last 15 minutes to a 4-1. But all the games we always play is always tight. So if it looks like from the bird's eye camera on admin cam, like we're not pushing, trust me, the comms are completely different. Like we're trying to tune it up, you know, micromanage some units. Keep in mind, all the units that we have in our squads, they all have different objectives. And sometimes the momentum shifts over the map. So it's hard to maintain. Well, as I said, from the bird's eye, it looks like maybe we do look like we're holding, but realistically, we're trying to push.
100%. I could definitely see that, and we're really hoping it's not a 5-0. We're really hoping it's a barn burner. So absolutely.
I mean, I'm hoping for a 5-0. I don't know about you, but you know.
Come on. We need something. We don't want it to go 15
No,
minutes.
true.
Nah.
Okay, how about this? 89 minutes.
89 minutes. You got it. 89-minute 5-0. I'll take it.
I hope. Hope it's us and not them. But hey, you know, we'll be fine.
Absolutely. Wix, did you have a question for them, or?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm talking. Yeah. So I wanted to ask a question. So this is one of the things that kind of intrigues me about, every team. And I asked 1200 from Broken Arrow the same question. I think every next tournament, teams are kind of looking for, to see an improvement from where they were before. And I like to ask, where do you see the improvement in GBI coming from? Is it new players? Is it new strategies? Is it a new format, or is it just getting better with time and getting better with reps and more experience and stuff like that? Where do you guys think that's coming from?
Very good
Really
question.
good question. You go.
I'll give that a shot. So
Yeah.
I'd say our main improvement points, I would say, for our team is maintaining I'd say consistency of our strategy. So I wouldn't say we do anything too radical and wild, but like the fundamentals of competitive Hell Let Loose are essentially hold your position, form a line, and advance, and then you want to keep that nice and strong. You can do other stuff and crazy stuff, but I think our main improvement point we're going for, and we've seen over the past year or so, is definitely that structure and making that work.
I'll also reinforce over that too, like over the past years. So we've also now been in 2 seasonals. This is the second tournament we're coming into for APL. The squad cohesion. So we've always got the same squad leaders, right? And playing together. So the structure, the chain of command that we have, playing together, it gets you to understand the rhythm of who is playing where without even thinking about it. Yeah. So now we can field the 35s knowing who's going to play where. Each specific person has their own role, and that has just gotten better. The synergy has just perfected over the past few months. We've seen results against top teams like ESPT where we used to get 5-0'd, and now we're like fighting over a midpoint or going 4-1. So those little improvements speak volumes.
Yeah, that's fantastic, and that makes total sense, right? One of the things that Prawn you pulled out this crazy stat on me when you said that you've commanded over 50 matches, competitive matches, not just scrims, like competitive matches for GBI. Can you talk a little bit about over that period of time? Not only the evolution that you've seen GBI have, but also you as a commander. Like, what are the things that you feel like you've learned over time that you've improved on? What do you feel most proud of in terms of the evolution of both your team and yourself?
Well, I can see the personalities of a type of person, how they play. So, for example, if we have a person playing SO, I can see if they're really passive or aggressive, and I can know who can find the hole and how to penetrate that hole. So I can throw out a few names, but I don't want to give it away because it's part of our strats.
It's a secret.
It's a secret. So, but that's something you learn over the years of commanding such a team, right? Like, who's your aggressive player, who is, going to hold a specific zone of interest and actually hold it really well, where you can gain some momentum over that. And that's something you build over the years. Obviously, it's not just something that comes over a few months.
Yeah. A lot of like non-Hell Let Loose players that watch these games as well, that like they won't actually understand that not everyone's the same player. Like we're not all clones of each other. Like different players have different play styles. Like you'll have the W keyers, the guys that just they run forward and push whenever they can, and then you're going to have the campers or the holders who are really good at holding angles. And like you got to have a good mixture of those at all parts of the map, because you can't just have otherwise it's just unbalanced and it goes badly usually. So it's interesting to think about. Like if you look at the certain players, you pick up certain players do certain things really well.
Yeah, for sure, and we've seen that over time as we've casted matches and stuff. You kind of you see certain players, you're like, man, it brings back memories, it brings back memories of certain moments and stuff. So
how did you get there?
Yeah, like or even like, man, like I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this player because I know he's gonna pull something crazy. Speaking of crazy, I don't want you to give any strats away. I don't want you to give any anything that obviously we don't want to. We have 30-minute delay, but even still, let's play it safe, right? But anything that we should look forward to? Any hints in terms of like any unconventional strategies?
I'm telling you now,
tanks,
man.
You're gonna say something you haven't seen in a roster 40 against 40. I'm just saying it now.
Beautiful.
In regards to the tanks.
Beautiful. I love it. I will say this though. I mentioned this right before the interview. I had the privilege of casting you guys in your elimination match from seasonals, and I can tell you this: I was blown away by the interview with Bear, and just in terms of the representation of GBI as a whole and the attitude that you guys had. It is a privilege to watch you guys. It's a privilege to see that spirit, and you guys freaking blow up our freaking comment section every time, even if it's with a GIF that my stream moderator does not like very much.
Yes, I think I might know the one.
You may know. Others may know too. But you guys are insane. You guys are so passionate, and we love you guys. And we love Broken Arrow, and we're so excited to cast this, guys. So we're gonna leave you to it because you got 3 minutes until match start. But thank you so much for joining us, guys.
We're looking forward to watching the stream later.
Absolutely.
Cheers for casting. Appreciate it.
Well, appreciate it, and we hope to make you guys proud. So that
can we also, just before we start the match, can we get a bit more map action by any chance?
Absolutely. We got dual maps planned and everything for it. So
nice. Beautiful, sweet.
Yes,
Don't be afraid to come check in and prox chat if you want.
Absolutely.
If you find Kekis on the front line, just come say hello. I'll respond. I got stuff to say.
I have turned my prox chat up to 100%. For every single match now.
You will hear some funny stuff going on if you get close to the inventory.
It's the best clips. It's the best clips, honestly.
You can hear some panicked lads.
Tell you what, tell your guys to communicate as much as you can in prox chat, because we will capture it.
Hold on, you know what team you're talking to, right? Like, cause
we do have.
This is gonna go on Twitch with your name next to it.
That's true. This is true.
Yeah,
I gotta be
careful with the prox chat.
This is maybe not the team to encourage it.
Nah, but there is a communication system for certain people that use proximity chat, so that will be available for the whole 90 minutes if the game goes 90 minutes.
You got it. I'm excited. Yep. So excited. All right. Thank you so much, guys. We appreciate it.
See ya.
Cheers, guys. See you later.
So we are getting really close to start time. I have 2 minutes. Obviously, does it ever go right at time? No, it never goes right at time. But it's coming up soon. So really looking forward to it. Wix, you are actually an organizer now with APL, so you know a little bit about all these teams. So, what do you think about this first division? Like, do you have a candidate for like this team's gonna take it all the way, or do you think it's just gonna be, it's kind of, it really depends. I mean, what are your initial thoughts on it?
It's interesting, I think, because you have, ESPT, obviously the runner-up in the last seasonal. I don't know how many of their, top lineup are going to be in any given night. At the same time, you got Syndicate, kind of the new look Syndicate. A lot of players, new players joined Syndicate after seasonal that came from TL where I was playing. And so you got kind of a new look Syndicate with some new players added. I mean, you got GBI and Broken Arrow, teams that have kind of been on an improvement track for a long time. And you have the kind of Glow TL alliance as well in there that, I'm playing with them. I don't even know what to really expect from that. So there's going to be a lot of new players in there, mixed with, a few crusty vets. So, we're gonna try to surprise some people, I think. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I think you gotta, if you're looking at, who you expect to be the best. I mean, probably ESPT, right? Because
Yeah.
they've got the history, recent and not so recent, of being, one of the best teams. But it's a it really could go to anybody. You never know really who's going to win. I mean, I think every match you're going to see in Division 1 is going to be close. And so when you have close matches, a couple of things, a couple events here or there could change the outcome. So, I think there's kind of an easy pick to see who's going to finish at the top, but a lot could change, given how close some of these matches are going to be.
I agree. And I think, the one that's really intriguing for me is TL Glow. Because it depends on who shows up, right? Like, they have an amazing community. They have lots of players from all different teams. And when they do scrims, they have a lot of guys. They have a lot of guys who are just, like Syndicate guys, for example. Like, when they do scrims, they got guys like Commandant and Browse who hop in. Those guys aren't going to be there. By the way, shout out. It's 30 minutes. I can't see it. But 34 people from half. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a privilege. I hope you guys stay with us. It's going to be a hell of a match. It's going to be a hell of a match. So thank you guys so much for joining us. Hope you make you guys a little bit proud. But yeah, dude. So it's going to be really interesting to see in that tournament. I think Syndicate for me is kind of a really interesting team in the fact that, like, man, they got so many new players, right? They got all these TL guys. Right? Like, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens with them, Does getting a bunch of guys, does it hurt the team because of cohesion, or do these guys just know what to do? And are they able to, even though they're from other teams, are they able to come together and play really well because they got the talent, right? They got the talent for it, especially now. So they could be number 1, they could be number 4. I could see it going either way with them.
Yeah, looks like we got a countdown starting. 50 seconds, map
50
changing.
seconds. Copy that.
But yeah, I mean, that's what we're going to see, right? We're going to see if the new players are adding value or if, there's still some growing pains before they're kind of ready. And if they need more time to kind of integrate that fully. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, depending on what format they're playing, 35 is a little different. A lot of teams are taking a developmental approach to the tournament, so you're not sure who you're going to see on any given night. But I think all these teams in the first division, really want to have a good showing and really want to win. So we should see some good matches every night.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to this tournament, dude. I really am. Feel free to tell us in the chat, who do you think is going to win? You think it's going to win? Do you think it's going to be GBI? Do you think it's Broken Arrow finally getting into the fray here? Finally getting a win over GBI? Both teams seem extremely confident going into this tournament. Both teams seem to have really improved. So it's going to be a banger. So loading it up into the map here. We're going to see which teams have which map. I don't know about you, Wix. This is one of my favorite parts of the entire thing, is just being able to see what the points are. I freaking love it.
Mighty wait.
Yeah, we got Pierce Farm. Actually,
Pierce Farm. Yeah.
The one that I was hoping for.
Heck yeah.
If I'm being perfectly honest.
So the points are going to be Winter's Landing and Cattle Sheds for Broken Arrow. That's going to be their first and second point. Obviously, like Wix mentioned, Pierce Farm is the midpoint. Normally we get stuck with the Dugout. It's going to be Pierce Farm. Really exciting. And then on top of it all, we got St. Marie de Mont and the Fields, both points right on top of each other on that east side for GBI. So it's gonna be really interesting to see. Gonna be really interesting to see how that ends up turning out. But yeah, I'm excited for this, man. I think it's gonna be really good. Let's go in. I'm really curious. I'm looking at the map right now. What maps is it gonna end up being? Let's take a look here. Stand by. I'm getting a map set up. Looks like I got something wrong with my map. Let's see here. No tanks up to the front yet. We got for Broken Arrow, 1 medium and then 1 Stewie. going to be pulling up. Be curious to see if they run 1 or 2 tank crews. Wix, remind me, there's not a rule on tank maxes, especially in this 40s format, correct? Like they could run 3 tanks if they really wanted to?
No, and really what I thought the GBI guys were saying when they said, you know, hey, look out for tanks. I have a feeling what we're going to see is them using a lot of tanks somehow. You know, a lot of times in the 35s and 40s, you kind of have a reduced number of armor squads, but you know, the kind of little tidbit they asked us to, or told us to look out for, kind of hinted at maybe they're going to just be using a ton of armor in creative ways, so we'll have to look out for that.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see, and you know, I don't know necessarily what to look for, but I am excited to see it because, you know, tank play is going to be extremely crucial, right? Like, I think, especially on this map in particular, like, I think, you know, obviously hockey stick isn't going to play as big of a part as it normally would on that east side where dugout is at, but certainly still going to be important. Still going to be important to get tank play in. A little bit difficult. What, you know, you're the tank expert in my opinion. I know you're gonna say like, yo, I do more than just tanking. But you know, when you're looking at it, you know, what are your thoughts of tanking on Pierce Farm?
Pierce Farm's a good tank point. I mean, I think it's going to be interesting to see. I don't know if you look, Broken Arrow has the AT gun main road out of SMDM truck snipe set up, but GBI is not sending any trucks down there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame them.
But yeah, Pierce Farm's a good tank point. It's pretty flat, even for both sides, hedgerows all the way around, and yeah, some good open angles for tanks to look at.
So we actually have 3 tanks in play, 1 medium rolling straight down the road for Broken Arrow. Up on that main road, there is a Stewie rolling in play, truck already coming in. Actually, 2 Stewies are going to be in play. Rocket Snipes coming in for GBI, but a little bit early. And for Broken Arrow, they're going to get established on that line. You can see tank shots already coming down the road. There are trucks. Truck snipe on the road. That's not even a truck snipe. A tank shot takes out one of the trucks for GBI. That medium was stationed up on the road. That's going to be rough for GBI. But they're already on the point. Cap progress initially in favor of Broken Arrow.
Yeah, that was Prawn Hub in the supply truck.
Oh no!
So the fortunate thing is it wasn't their infantry truck. Their infantry truck did make it through.
And we may see already contact. That medium is rushing into the point. Medium is going to play extremely aggressive. And in that tank, it's going to be Honey Badger, Bite Size, and Prime are going to be in that tank. We already got contact initially on the point. Beavers, Corsi taking on Keeps and Sunlight. Down goes Kesey. And this is brutal. 2 tanks already on the point for Broken Arrow, the Stewart and the medium. And the Lux is going to roll straight in.
Yeah, the early progress is going in favor of Broken Arrow and the Allies, which you kind of expect because they didn't want to use the main road out of SMDM, so that delays the access a little bit. But at the same time, GBI didn't really send a ton of people to hard cap, so they're going for a good map control strategy here, and we'll see how they're able to start to attack the point after it's switched hands.
So the PZ4 for GBI has been marked. I think he just got a hit on a tank. Yeah, he got a hit on the Stewart, but here comes in the medium. Gonna try to get shots in. Honey Badger, that is a point in favor of Broken Arrow, right as we see a hit come in for Broken Arrow on the PZ4, I'm sorry. And just like that, they take the point. There goes a hit on the medium. They're exchanging back and forth, but I think that PZ4 got the initial hit. Down goes the medium for BA. And the tank crew, Aviator, Mo, and Meat Patty win that initial medium fight.
That's going to help because now you could see this Panzer IV, once they repair, get really, really aggressive on the point and try to make some progress before the heavies start showing up.
Nah, that's going to be huge. So, cap progress now going back in favor of GBI, just like that, just for a split second. We're going to take a little bit of a wide gap. Actually, I'm going to look at maps real quick, if we can here, because I'm really curious to see what's going on for both these teams in terms of garrisons. So you can see for Broken Arrow, they got garrisons up on that northeast corner of Piers, as well as northwest. They got 2 garrisons, no garrisons on the point. And it looks like a wide line of garrisons for GBI right as they're starting to get cap pressure. You know, what are your thoughts on the positioning of these spawn points and these troops for GBI?
Oh yeah, pretty standard layout for GBI right now. Nothing on SMDM sector quite yet, which I think you want to kind of handle. But you know, they got 4 tanks still in play. And I think they could afford to be a little aggressive here and try to get this point up before the first 76 arrives.
Absolutely. I think that's a must. I think that really is a must. So, so we are going to. There's a shot on the Lux. He's in a little bit of trouble here, but he does got infantry around him. Lots of infantry here on that northeast side for Broken Arrow. They're having to fight back around. I mean, I freaking hate how they call it, but Pizza Slice. They're going to have to fight through it. It's such a tough spot to fight through on this east side. But they're going to have to fight through it. Still, lots of guys for GBI on the point. Broken Arrow kind of fighting for the lives right now, trying to hold it. It's just kind of going back and forth between being in favor of GBI. Big spawn wave due south of the point. A PZ4 has rolled into the picture. He's rolled up on the mid. Already coming down on the point. See, 1200 in proxy having to cross the road just to get into the point. Not ideal with that PZ4 on the road. And already just... Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just to say, I think the difference here could tip it is we're starting to see some of the tanks, the Axis tanks move in. You know, that extra weight on the hard cap, especially if they can eliminate one or both of these stewards, that could be the difference.
Oh my gosh.
GBI has the advantage right now.
And the PZ4 is rolling right up to this Stewie here. Why has a spawn wave happened? He just took out the garrison on the point. Lots of infantry down, and he's going to get first shot on this Stewie. Stewie missed. The Stewie missed on the PZ4, but there is a deflection. Multiple deflections. Oh my goodness.
Nothing the Stewart can do to the Panzer IV from this angle.
And down he goes. Another, I mean, just like that. I mean, Prawn Hub and Cactus was talking about it. I mean, just like that, played very aggressive. He just got hit in the rear, though. In the front, he's got AT all around him. But fortunately, already just raining down on the point.
1200 from our interview got 1 shot into the Panzer IV with the bazooka before a grenade killed him. Almost had a big play to take out the Panzer IV.
You see here, there's still a Stewart in play, already hitting around the Stewart. I'm not sure he's able to get shots. He just deflected at the front of the Lux. Already just took out the Stewards! Unbelievable! That was Artie. That was for sure Artie. And they just lost another tank. Cap progress in favor of GBI. I'm going to take this moment real quick. We're going to go to our sideline reporter, Crunchtrap. Crunchtrap, what do you got for us, my man? What are your thoughts on this and this chaotic midpoint?
Man, Sheep, I really think that, you know, GBI calling out, you know, us going to see some interesting tank plays. I really think after that initial cap by Broken Arrow that those aggressive tank plays by those 2 Lux and that Panzer IV, that really helped them. Oh, that Lux just went down.
Yeah, he just went down.
Really helped them secure that point, and I think those aggressive tank plays need to continue in order for GBI to win this match. Right now, I would say, you know, it's pretty heavily in their favor, especially on this midpoint, because they have completely wiped out Broken Arrow, except for 1 dude on the point. Broken Arrow has 1 dude, 2 dudes with an OP in the trench.
Proxy.
But yeah, I think if the aggressive tank play continues, this match will end up in GBI's favor.
Well, GBI, I mean, right as you say that, they are really close to capping this. Infantry pushing in. We saw it. 76 is now rolled into the picture. Honey Badger and his crew rolling in, but it's not going to be enough in time. That is going to be a cap in favor of GBI, and they're going to make it 2-3 on my scoreboard. That's huge. That's huge. An hour and 18, we've already seen, we just saw an explosion, but it is not the PZ4, but the PZ4 is going to have to deal with this 76 that's rolling into the picture, and he is on the point. I mean, he may get killed here. Close shots, but I mean, he's kind of stationed up here where he's got lots of cover for him.
Oh, this Panzer IV is probably not going anywhere.
I can't imagine.
Kill him. They're gonna have to push him. And he's just gonna wait for this Tiger to come up and kind of deal with
bombing run.
The 76. He's gonna try to hide from the 76 as much as
so
he can.
So that's a BA bombing run coming into the east side of the point, not really taking out a whole lot. I don't believe that does GBI have a garrison on the point?
They don't have a garrison on the point. They have one west of the point in F6. That's the only one in the new captured sector that they have where they have a garrison. So unless it just went down. Looks like they're trying to get one up map edge, and then they'll probably try to get one up on Hardcap or near there soon. But as of right now, nothing yet.
Yeah. So right now, so you can see Prawn Hub and his boys are having so Broken Arrow has marked this PZ4, but has not been able to get a shot on it. There is AT guns up. There's even a solo Greyhound. I saw that early. Klondike was in a solo Greyhound that took out the Lux, rolling across, playing a little bit too aggressively for GBI. Ended up getting taken out. So the 76 is lined up on the point, but I just don't think he has a shot on that PZ4. It's actually just a brilliant spot for GBI. They're going to build up a repair station here for this 76, and it looks like he's going to station it up here for quite some time. I don't believe there's a Panther in play yet for GBI. I don't know. They lost that Lux. Are they going to get a Panther in?
Yeah, there's a Tiger actually.
Sorry.
Per APL rules, a Tiger traversing or making his way up. He's currently in F8, kind of going wide west for some reason. But yeah, he's on his way, and until then, I think that Panzer IV is content to just stay alive, and the 76 doesn't really know where the Tiger is, so he doesn't want to get aggressive quite yet to kill the Panzer IV. So a bit of a stalemate from an armor perspective right now, while the heavies get into for both sides get into the fight.
You can see here that Broken Arrow. I'm going to go to the map real quick, and we're going to look at the maps. But you can see here, Broken Arrow got lots of OPs north of the point. Wide lines, 2 AT guns light up on that northeast side of Pierce Farm, and then garrisons galore for GBI. One on the point, one west of Pierce Farm. They are established, ready to go. They even got that solo Puma going on. I really like the solo recon tank strategy. Doesn't cost you a lot of fuel. You only take one man. Get some gunfire downrange. So I really like it. But they're gonna need a lot more. They're gonna need a lot more than just one recon tank in order to, or even AT guns. They're gonna have to get guys on point, and that's a tough one. It's really a tough one, especially after gaining the point initially.
Looks like the 76 might have eventually caught an angle on the Panzer IV, or the Panzer IV eventually did go down. I'm not sure that we saw what happened there.
No, we didn't, but PZ4 is down on the point. If there's any time to move in, it's now. It is now for Broken Arrow, and the question becomes, does Broken Arrow identify this? Does Almighty kind of push guys in? You could see there Whiskey Leonidas and Dirty Troller pushing up on that east side of the point, but there's a big spawn wave and a good line by GBI up on that east side. 76 raining hell down on the point. We could see a tank rolling into play. I'm not sure what kind of tank that is. We could see it. Tiger rolling in on that southwest side for GBI. And the real question is, can he get an angle? Oh, he just got hit by something. Second hit, but it misses. May have been an AT gun? Yep, AT gun laying shots down on the 76. Lord Phantom's repairing. And he got behind cover in time. And this is an issue. Not a lot of places for this 76 to go, especially with that Tiger in play. They have marked it. But he's got AT guns all around him. If he moves beyond his cover, he's gonna get hit. Yeah, this is beautiful. Go ahead, my man. We're gonna go crunch wrap.
Yeah, dude. GBI has 2 AT guns set in really, really, really good positions, and they're both keeping eyes on that 76. So I think it's going to be pretty difficult for him to move out of that position until those AT guns are taken care of.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see one of them here. Here's the western gun, and then we got two guys already on that eastern gun as well. They're kind of shifting depending on wherever that tank comes up. They actually had two of them going on, and they got good hits on that 76, and he can't hardly move. Tiger is now rolling into the center of the point with Artie just raining hell around him. And we could see some GBI guys pushing up towards, kind of pushing their line a little bit, but so far GBI has been content to kind of hang around the hedgerow, and I don't blame them. I really don't blame them at this point. Broken Arrow just not really being able to push south. They got some guys pushing west. They've kind of resorted a little bit. Broken Arrow resorted to going into to the center midpoint to try to wrap around them a little bit. They do have intel on that Tiger, but and the good news is for Broken Arrow, they got time. They got time to fight through this. But the real question is, how they flow? Just as I say flow goes down for GBI. A little bit of a spawn wave there with guys in the field. See our boy Cactus out there.
Yeah, with the Artie meta the way it is, where you have the unkillable Artie. They'll watch front door, so that's the north side of Pierre's the whole game. So really, the way you got to take Pierre's is from the east and the west. And so the east, the key is the pizza slice we've talked about, and then like you said, they control now. BA does AA network, and they're just going to try to roll in from the west, and that's how they're going to try to recap it from east and west, not really from north. You might get tanks pushing from north as well, but really, it's not a viable way for infantry to get in there.
So we can see here two guys having to get out to repair the Tiger. They have been hit. Broken Arrow did identify the garrison west, and they got infantry pushing it. So a bit of an infantry push. They just took out that garrison on the west side. Down goes VB, and Joe Proxy and Roncon are pushing out. Cactus takes out the dude right next to him in the field. He's kind of having to lay low, and we got infantry pushing in on the north side and the west side. The question is, does GBI acknowledge this and able to push out west, especially with some hits on that Tiger?
The second Tiger has now arrived to Pierre's farm, just on the south side behind a hedgerow.
Let me see if I can get visual on it. I can see that one on the point. There it is. We can see it. And he's got to get that angle for sure. GBI, so where GBI is at, they've pushed up a bit. They pushed up on that east side. Magic Pro has taken on Leonidas and Yuh. Although Yuh is the tank commander. And you can see the repair station right next to the garrison. Yuh, Crossfire, and Klondike right on the repair station. But they got infantry pushing up close, especially with that garrison there. But Broken Arrow is pushing guys into the point. They got guys in the point now. And they are contesting it. Spawn wave comes in on the south side. Artie comes in, taking out one of the guys for Broken Arrow on the point. And when it comes to just a few guys on the point, even just one Artie shot will make a difference. And we just saw I saw earlier one AT gun went down. That's the second AT gun. So no more AT guns on the point for GBI. GBI getting pinched a little bit here. I'm going to go ahead and go to Cruntrap. Cruntrap, what are your thoughts on what's going on right now?
Man, kind of the same thing as earlier. GBI got kind of relaxed with their tank play. They're not being as aggressive as they were when they took the point, and I think that's kind of allowed Broken Arrow to to kind of push back and start to contest. But the real thing I want to talk about right now is Almighty hunting these garrisons down, dude. As the commander, Mans is just going around hunting garrisons like nobody's business. Dude is putting in the work trying to get his team to win this match.
Awesome stuff, my man. I mean, absolutely. Almighty's a really good commander. We may even get a chance to talk to him at some point in time during this match. I'd be really curious what his thoughts are. But so far, they're keeping good pressure on. Bear just take out Team Speaker. It may just come down to gunfights on this point, especially with Artie. You can see that Tiger rolling out west for GBI. Gonna And he's getting spotted. He is getting spotted by Broken Arrow. They do know. I'm going to go ahead and look at the maps for both sides right now and see what we got going on. So currently we got the 76 on the north side. Honey Badger and his crew. There's actually two 76s. BHB. You can see the garrison just lit up on that northeast side. But a recon just came in. They spotted 2 tanks, I believe. So now they have the location on both those Tigers. And then for GBI as well, they got garrisons south. They got garrisons. I mean, they got garrisons all around this point. It's incredible to watch. But they did lose that garrison on that west side with infantry pushing. But it looks like, based on the pings they've identified, lots of infantry coming in from the west side. The question is, do they adjust for it? Do they push for it? So, be really curious to see what ends up happening. But so far, just continued battle for this midpoint. Still an hour and 7 minutes left to go. Lots of time. It looks to me like GBI is taking control back on that west side where the garrison used to be. No longer is Broken Arrow there.
Yeah, it looks like, I mean, the battle, the main kind of point kind of deciding the outcome here has been the west side. I mean, I think we see the stalemate on map edge, the stalemate with armor and in the mid, and the west has kind of changed hands a little bit. GBI has responded to the Broken Arrow threat pretty well, and you know, we see them kind of cleaning up that side. So they've kind of reestablished that west side, and you know, Pierce Farm is more secure because of it.
Absolutely. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at this west side right now. You can see Flo pushing into the point. 1200 just took out a guy. Pushing on the second. Go and 1200 right next to each other. You see he's pushing up around the hedgerow here. They're gonna down goes 1200. Go gets him. And they're just gonna have to fight over this point. GBI has expanded their flank a little bit. They've identified real quickly, hey, we need to take control over here. Pedro goes down. And Broken Arrow, I think they're just expanding farther and farther out. Every single time they encounter resistance, I'm assuming they're just thinking we gotta get a wider flank. Icon, Sherry banging right next to each other here. Could be really interesting to see how these gunfights go. GBI getting a little bit of space here. And the question becomes, as GBI expands their big spawn wave on the north side for Broken Arrow, but as GBI pushes out, the question then becomes, does Broken Arrow cut inside? I mean, you can see here, very aggressive tank play. Infidel and Zing pushing on this medium west of the point, west of Pierce Farm, and they're getting cap progress in the midst of it. Oh, they're about to engage this Tiger. That was a mistake. Down go one shot, and down goes that medium for Broken Arrow.
Yeah, you can see what they were trying to do. They're trying to make it across that field nice and quick and get the rear of the Tiger while he's still facing east, which has kind of been his default position. But looking at the screen, I mean, I could see, because by virtue of being a squad leader, the marks were there the entire time.
Yeah.
The medium was called out, the Tiger swings around, no real threat, and takes care of it. I mean, you got to try to make a play sometimes, and it's a low percentage play, but could have been a big outcome or a big impact if they could have made it. But a good try, but the marks from the infantry were there.
An unbelievable arty is just raining down, and just see body parts flying everywhere with this arty fire. I mean, it's so tough to be on this center point with the arty just, I mean, like you were talking about, just raining hell down on the front door. I mean, basically has the garrison ping. Just heard a deflection. Not sure what it was off of, if it was off the Tiger or if he's firing at a 76. But we can see here, there's a 76 on the west side of the road for Broken Arrow, and then on the east side as well. That tank is still up. It looks like Tiger's gonna move up a little bit. And Broken Arrow has fought their way back on this east side. I mean, GBI was knocking on the front door of the garrison on that east side. And now Dirty and Pib and Kid pushing. There's a Tiger there as well. Such a tough opening. And down goes Pib. He's having to repair a bit. Good positioning for this Tiger to get guys
Already AT shots coming in as well.
You want to take a pass over by cattle sheds. I don't know that it's a big threat, but you will see Cactus and a couple other GBI guys making their way onto the hard point.
This is huge. Cactus and Go-Go pushing into cattle sheds, getting cap progress. A little bit of awareness. Lionheart, Bond, and Team Speaker are pushing in. Cactus gets one to continue the cap progress. AT shot misses Cactus.
We're about to see an airhead dropping from GBI on the point as well.
Unbelievable. That's going to be huge. So a couple more guys spawn in. Prawn Hub on that northeast side. Pib goes down. These guys are winning the gunfight. Sometimes that's all you need. Smoke coming in. Pissix and Team Speaker.
We're going to see. They might not realize how big the threat is. Maybe they see the airhead, see a big spawn wave come in on the OP in the wheat field north of cattle sheds. But if this airhead gets down and if it is protected, you could see a whole lot of GBI guys coming out here real fast.
If you go ahead and watch cattle sheds, I'm gonna go ahead and watch Pierce Farm. Looks like cap progress going back in favor of GBI, but this airhead's coming in. It's a bombing run airhead combo. Airhead combo. Taking out a lot of guys.
Instead of going right over the top of the airhead like a lot of bombing runs that accompany airheads do, they knew where the infantry was, and right as the airhead landed, they wiped all of the Broken Arrow defenders off of the north side of cattle sheds. But they are coming from the south. It looks like...
Yeah, Huzzah. Peace Officer coming in from the south side. They've identified the airhead. Peace Officer's going to take it out.
That had to have been so close to a spawn wave.
Oh,
that was down for quite a bit. That had to have been so close to a spawn wave.
Yeah. Brutal. And Cactus finally goes down, but Artie taking out getting revenge for Cactus. And Prom Hub gets Docs. He's in the fight too. Commander laying down shots. Commander versus Commander here. And down goes Prawn Hub. We're going to do something real quick. We're going to see if we can see what's going on with Almighty here. We're going to talk to him real quick. This is Almighty interview. Almighty, you got a moment to talk to us, my man? And he may not be able to talk right now, but I'm sure we'll get to talk to him at some point. He's kind of in the thick of it. Let's see here. Oh, he just went down. I'm glad I didn't talk to him then. One guy, Shirkle, still in on the point. So cap progress no longer in favor of GBI. Artie, my gosh. I think that's friendly Artie that just took him out, unless BA is arting their own point, which I wouldn't think so. And GBI pushing literally boundary edge. They got a garrison up. Prawn Hub just got a garrison up on that northeast side of the point. So the airhead may be gone, but they do got a garrison. The question is, Wick, just look at your map real quick. Is that a spawnable garrison? It sure is. That is a spawnable garrison. And they got a garrison on the west side of cattle sheds as well. That's going to be huge. The garrison is locked for Broken Arrow up in Gardens. That's going to be huge. And it's gone. So they just took out the garrison in Gardens. They have identified the garrison northeast of the point, but there is a spawn wave for GBI. And they got off. 5 guys are going to get off of this garrison. Lux making a little bit of a push here on this northwest side. A duo, Earbomb and Mooncat. Taking out some infantry here. So aggressive. Crunchtrap, I'm going to throw it to you real quick. Crunchtrap, what are your thoughts right now?
I think that was a really good hold by Broken Arrow. For a little bit there, they did have some cap pressure on Pierre's. GBI was down to maybe 1 or 2 guys on point. Broken Arrow still had about a squad and a half over here, and they had a good amount of cap pressure. But as soon as they, defended cattle sheds, GBI took back the head-to-head on Pierre's.
Yeah,
I think it's been a good game so far. GBI really came out of the gate really strong, really aggressive with those tanks, but I think Broken Arrow's kind of reined it in. They're getting their stuff together. They're holding them pretty well. I'm excited to see what the rest of the match has in store.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think I do hear a precision in play. It's a GBI precision.
Oh my
And he
goodness.
misses.
Wait until I tell you about what just happened.
Yeah, hit me with it.
It was almost an insane play, and I almost wish it would have happened. Sorry, Honey Badger, but there must have been a shot on the 76. One of the crewmen was out of the 76 repairing, and it was the driver. The commander for GBI Prawn Hub strafed the tank, killed the driver, and then called it a precision strike when the tank had no driver.
Unbelievable.
So that's why you saw Honey Badger switch to the driver's seat right before the bomb landed, because the driver had been killed by the strafing run, and it almost cost them the tank. But that was an insane play by the commander to think to strafe the guy repairing, and then hope that that was enough to kind of seal the deal on the precision strike. Unfortunately, the Stuka bomb is busted, does not really function very well.
Yeah.
And even though it was very, very close, did not result in a kill, but man, that would have been crazy.
That would have, great play on both sides. Prawn Hub making a fantastic play. So Broken Arrow has 2 tanks in the picture right now, and both of them are on Pierce Bar, and they're going to play a little bit more defensively. We got Ready Fishy and his tank crew. They're actually going to push east here towards the other Tiger that's in play for GBI. They're continuing the hold. But Broken Arrow has not relented on the pressure. A lot of guys have spawned in, have come in on this west side, but GBI is pushing Gardens hard. I said that hockey stick may not be a big part of this, but honestly, we got a lot of infantry, a lot more infantry than I thought there would be near hockey stick. I mean, they're pushing. They already taken out a garrison once at Gardens. And the question then becomes, I mean, if there's a second garrison, which there is, right next to Mudbourne, the question, yeah, you can see it right here. The question becomes, does GBI get another one? Which, I mean, it's entirely possible, too. I think GBI has played this incredibly smart. Oh, there. Mudbourne's going to take out a garrison for GBI right on the boundary of Garden. And Equinox knows. Down goes Mudbourne! And that's the only guy near this garrison as well. Bond, actually, I take it back. Bond just spawned up. So I'll be really curious to see, can they push this garrison or not? I don't believe GBI has any guys. Yeah, so they've kind of relented on the pressure near Cattle Shed. Down goes Bond! And now the garrison is just lit up for Broken Arrow as well. Still got 55 minutes to go. Lots of time to play. But right now, I mean, the story goes GBI. Good map control, and they had some good pressure. And I'm sure they're not, I mean, they're certainly got enough time to try to make another play for Cattle Sheds. But it's risky. Praw's right next to Whiskey. Gets him on that east side. And we got a tank. Luxes have been playing very aggressively. It seems to have paid off for GBI so far, especially with the armor being as strong as it is. I know that Crunchwrap is always I've heard the complaints big time about the armor. And you can see here.
Get me started,
I'm trying not to trigger you. I'm sorry, my dude. One dude in the 76 for Broken Arrow on this northeast side. I have no idea what happened, if he lost his crewmates or what. But right now he's soloing. He's not even faced the right way. He may have to be. I'm not sure what is going on there, but.
I see the dead 76 right next to it. I don't know that we saw what happened there. But...
No. Right now, so far, the armor dominance has clearly been in favor of GBI, for sure. Oh my gosh, close shots on Honey Badger.
In the early game, sure. I think it's been a bit more of a stalemate since then. I don't know. We've seen maybe one heavy tank die total.
Down, just as you said that, the 76 just went down. Honey Badger 76 is down. Got hit by the Tiger on the southeast side of the point. Just brutal. So there is a second 76, but right now, he is still a solo. Crossfire in the tank. We've seen some crewmates get out of the tanks to spot a little bit, but
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Why? I mean, I don't know where the nearest garrison is, but
It's right next to it, or isn't it?
no,
yeah,
it's
there's
not
a garrison.
there anymore, is
There's
it?
a garrison right next to him.
Oh yeah, I see it now. That might have just gotten built. I thought I was flying over here.
May have been Dirty Troll running from it, and the supplies are dropping now. You can see Droznik here on the AT gun as well. He's actually gotten off the AT gun. So big GBI push coming up. They've left. Broken Arrow has left the front door open, and they are pushing right down the throats of GBI or Broken Arrow. AT shots coming in. Bear, Fergie, and Perpy. Take out team. And you can see here there's a garrison really close to Dyslexics. And GBI is pushing hard. This could be an issue. This could really be an issue. And GBI has shifted, already fired to the north side of the point as well. So they're kind of shoving it. They're already sort of offensive. It's kind of offense by defense, you know? Kind of push your defensive line up. Oh, big spawn wave on the center now. Good awareness by Broken Arrow, but down goes 2 guys. Down go 3 guys. Cactus, sweet, pushing in. So close to this garrison. Down goes an OP. Down goes Proxy as well. Cactus so close to this garrison. Lionheart right on the edge. Does he see him in time? Down goes Cactus, but so goes Lionheart. And Sweet's gonna get on this garrison. So now the center push for Broken Arrow may be gone with this. Maybe gone.
Still holding on that map edge, but the whole middle going puts cattle sheds at great risk right now.
It does, and now guys are having to spawn west and on cattle sheds. This is an issue. You can see GBI pushing on this east side. I'm gonna go ahead and look at the maps real quick and see what we got going on right now. You can see here they just got a garrison. GBI did, or I'm sorry, Broken Arrow. They actually have a no. I'm sorry, GBI. I'm so sorry. GBI has a garrison now on the blue line, both on Garden as well north of Pierce Farm, and they got guys pushing really close. Cattle Shed still has a garrison, and garrison on Gardens as well, but literally garrisons adjacent. We see this a lot, where Gardens become such a contested point. They get garrisons literally right across from each other, and it ends up being a slugfest. But that's where we're at. The 276 is still up in play. Actually, 3 now. 376 is up for Broken Arrow, so they're not out of the tank battles yet. But infantry play, it's been a little bit of a struggle for Broken Arrow here.
Yeah, we also see GBI bringing up a 3rd Tiger. They've had the fuel. It actually had them spawn for a while, but they're finally got a crew going, and they have a half-track and a Tiger coming up through SMDM right now. In addition to the 2 Tigers that I believe are the first 2 Tigers that haven't died yet.
Yeah.
I don't think they've lost a heavy tank yet, and we've seen at least 2 go down for Broken Arrow, so let's see how they can use these tank assets to cap cattle sheds, which honestly is a really, really good point to have an armor advantage on, because it's so open. You know, the common garrison location being in that barn, which can be, you know, splashed from any direction into the inside and taken down. You need armor to hold cattle sheds, and, you know, GBI's coming with a wave of it, so we'll see how Broken Arrow can kind of rally the defense there.
There is a hit on the Puma. There was a Puma that was launching shots into cattle sheds. Really good angle, but he's literally having to go into the trench to repair. A solo tank guy cooked for GBI. They have marked it. But we got infantry pushing in. We saw multiple guys for Broken Arrow going down. Big spawn wave. Huzzah, team speaker. X-Wreath got guys all around him. The question is... oh my gosh, just right over the top of each other. Down goes X-Wreath. So Broken Arrow, good awareness, good to get guys back, but unfortunately GBI is going to continue to take up the space that's been given to him. We can see the commander, Almighty Fallen, due north of Perpy. He's got a guy pushing him. He just took him out. I'm going to see if Almighty can talk to us just for a split second. Almighty, you got a moment, my man?
What's up, dog?
Hey, bro, give us your scoop. Tell us what you think about what's going on right now, my man.
We're getting just smacked around front door, my dude. Oh, hold up.
Man, he's getting good shots. He just took out Bear during mid-interview, dude. That's insane. He's got a Tiger due south of him as well. We may have to come back to him. The interviews may not be working very well because he gets in the thick of it, which we love to see, right? We love to see guys getting into the thick of it. And he's dropping supplies right next to him as well, trying to get a garrison up for his boys. So we got a good amount. Don Weiss just went down. 2 guys pushing up for GBI. Sweet and Shirkle up on this east side. They're still getting good pressure. But Broken Arrow's been really good at getting guys back on the point, conserving the cap. There is a hit on the 76. Multiple of 76 is just burning with the repair station down. Deflection. Got smoke all around him with an assault guy really close. Kissa. Shots him in really close. This is not a good situation for these 76s here. Infantry all around them with tank angles. Down goes 176. And the other 76, led by Honey Badger, is going to have to back up and get the hell out of there.
He is 1 hit right now, too. Did take a shot from the Panther. Or Tiger, excuse me. And they are marked as they run away here.
He's going to get out of there. Kissa, assault, pushing really close. Kissa really wants this satchel, it looks like. And if they do, that's huge. That's 2 76s in the span of a minute if he can do it. Really interesting here. He's coming around to the front of the tank. He's not going to get out to repair just yet. He knows he's in danger. Really close to this tank here. He just stopped. He just stopped. This is huge. Bite size. Prime going to get out to repair. 1 goes down. Prime gets down. Can he get him? He got him. So Bite goes down, but Prime is still up. And there is a bit of a spawn wave by Broken Arrow. Honey Badger going to get out and repair. So Prime's going to get back in the tank, and Honey Badger's going to be the person to repair. Staying alive. Staying alive. AT coming in. Pros for GBI. You can see Yaw is going to build back that repair station as well. Garrison is still up on this northeast side, but may not be for long as infantry pushing in. Big spawn wave. Dirty Troll goes down to Venus and Magic. Bilbo funneled it down. Magic goes down. And you can see here.
76 go down on the map edge. They did get out to repair. The infantry kind of saved them from the GBI infantry, but with Broken Arrow having no control of that road, the Tiger was able to push up and finish off Honey Badger on the map edge.
Just brutal. So you can see that Tiger there. I believe it's a Puma. A Puma just overwatching the Garrison has been taking guys out. The Garrison does go down. Garrison is down for Broken Arrow. Venus, I believe, is the guy who got it. And a Tiger taking out one of the AT guns as well that had been stationed up there. And so with the use of the Tigers, they have now eliminated not 1, but 2. There is no garrisons on the offensive now for Broken Arrow. They are having to turtle back in. Absolutely brutal.
I mean, if you just fly over cattle sheds, you can see that there's not really control outside of the hard point in any direction very much. So it really looks like, especially once these tanks for GBI get into position, it's almost just a matter of time, it looks like. It's not unrecoverable, but it looks pretty dire for Broken Arrow at cattle sheds right now.
It does, because now they've taken up this space, right? They've taken it up. You know, garrisons have been such a key, critical part of this. I know that sounds like a stupid thing to say, but, you know, GBI's done an incredible job. Down goes Sherman, banging the Fergie. But they've done an incredible job of locking down these garrisons, overwatching them until they can take them out, putting pressure on. And now Broken Arrow is having to fight from their rear just to push forward, and it's just not going to be able to hold it out for long. Artie landed real close to the Tiger. Man, I really want to see an Artie shot take out a Tiger. I've heard it's possible. But didn't get any impact there. Down goes Cass. Artie! Just body parts flying. Cue the PTSD simulator.
Crunchwrap, I'm gonna roll it to you real quick. Crunchwrap, what do you think is going on, my dude? What's your thoughts about where Broken Arrow and GBI are at?
Man, I don't really know, man. Broken Arrow just really seems like they're struggling, like you said, to gain control outside of this hardpoint cattle sheds at all. You know, really, I'm really interested to see how this potential tank duel turns out, because I think that could have a pretty large impact on this point.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I mean, I don't, you know, Wix, it turned into a stalemate for a bit there, but then 276s go down for Broken Arrow, so they're a bit of a deficit right now. And if you look at the map real quick, I'll go ahead and pull up both maps real quick. If you look at the map, Broken Arrow has had to resort to bringing in a medium, but they do have 176 still up in play, but against 2 Tigers, it's going to be really brutal. And we can see here a Tiger is rolling into play right as that medium comes in. I mean, this is going to be absolutely brutal if they get this angle on it. Yeah.
3 Tigers about
and a Puma.
Yeah, 3 Tigers and a Puma, either in the cattle shed sector or very, very near to it. As we see now, 2 in the Puma are in sector. One of them just
Oh my gosh. Medium is pushing up on the rear of the Tiger. He's going to get 1 shot, maybe. Missed this shot. Honey Badger, no. Oh my gosh, the Tiger. Down goes Honey Badger and the medium crew. GBI continuing with the armored dominance. They had their shot, they missed. They missed their shot. Beautiful driving. Beautiful driving by GBI tank crew. I mean, they were close. They were close to at least getting a shot. There is a shot on the Tiger here. Aviator's crew that's due south. I mean, they're literally double stacking. You can see that 76 has been hit. Infidel and his crew they get a shot on the other Tiger, but it may not be enough. And they just missed their shot. So multiple hits on multiple Tigers, and the 76 is in trouble, and it is not moving. They only got 2 guys in the crew. I've seen this multiple times, and I do not understand. Oh, the assault crew. Assault guy, X-Wreath. I don't know if he has a satchel or not, but he takes out one. Already takes him out. My goodness. But we've seen this multiple times where we have 76s with just 2 guys in, and I don't understand it. I mean, it's just...
Well, I think they've probably died repairing. They were originally...
Oh my gosh.
As we just saw another one get out to repair.
Yeah, and he's down to a solo, already playing a big part of the armor battle. I've never thought I would say that, but... An AT shot's coming in. Kib's got 1 shot on a Tiger, but down he goes. Bombing run. Bombing run in for Broken Arrow. But it's gonna miss everyone. Precision hits, but doesn't take him out. I believe it took out a repair station, but did not take out the Tiger. My gosh.
The Puma did go down on the bombing run, but
That's
all 3
what it
Tigers
is. Okay.
are still up. And this is why I said it's real tough. I mean, you can't hold cattle sheds for very long without significant map control and or armor advantage. And right now, Broken Arrow has neither. And I give them credit; they've held on this long, and they're not giving up. But it doesn't. I mean, once GBI, I think, figures out how to get these Tigers into the right positions, I think it's gonna flip. I just don't see how it wouldn't.
Well, here's something's really interesting. So the Tigers are going back, but I want to point out to you, if you look at cattle, if you look at Pierce Farm right now, there is an open garrison up on that southeast side of Pierce Farm. No one's spawned yet. Almighty is pushing up on the east flank. Yogi Bear pushing close towards it, but there's only 2 guys really in the cap sector right now. Oh, he just locked it. What a brutal thing. Yogi doesn't know where it's at, but he must know something, and Almighty just went down.
Well, they see the truck, and infantry was marked back there, so they're aware that the play was made. So it looks like that's going to get snuffed out.
Man, that's just brutal. That's just brutal. So we're going to go back to cattle sheds real quick, because that seems where the action. I thought maybe they get a spawn wave off of that, make it interesting, but unfortunately, just they got identified.
Is about to go down. Ooh, a
he
missed
got
shot.
hit.
That's his second shot went in. I think the second one caught tracks.
No. I mean, he just got nowhere to go. He's trying to back up over some crates, but he just nowhere to go. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's tough. Not a lot of great tank spots.
No.
For cattle sheds, and especially when you consider that how little control outside of cattle sheds Broken Arrow has. Like, what are you going to do with your tank? You can drive it into the barn. But
that's what they're doing right now. They're going to have to roll it in and try to get it repped.
One of these
it sounds like it's repping. There's a repair station. I like this. A repair station inside of the cattle barn. They're going to double rep with a repair station and one dude. But I did see a Tiger is now aiming inside of the barn. I don't think he's got a shot. It's really close, really tight, his angle. Really tight. He just got a hit inside of the barn. Oh, that's brutal. And he's got nowhere else to go. 76 may go down here. He's moving back.
They lost the angle because the 76 backed up.
Yeah, just good time. You know, barely got out of there, but I mean, they got hit in the process. Really brutal. And in the meantime, you got GBI guys just pushing everywhere. I just saw an explosion.
Oh, Tiger went down.
Yeah, Tiger just went down. I'm not sure what to, but that's huge. Giving Broken Arrow a little bit of a fighting chance, but they're going to have to win more than just one tank battle, unfortunately. They're going to have to win. There's a 76 near the garrison, so northeast of cattle sheds in G3. You can see here, that may be the tank that got him out. Not sure. He's got a wide angle on cattle, and maybe the only thing that keeps this 76 up in play. He's got to get an angle on that tank that's due south of cattle sheds to save his boy, because this 76 is just in dire straits, really. Nowhere else to go. Tiger rolling into the picture. Roll it back. Who gets the first shot here? GBI does. And they're going to trade
GBI has
shots
two
here?
Tigers there. I don't know what it...
Oh, no, he just stopped.
They got to try to set up the double shot. There's no way this 76 should still be alive right now.
No, he is holding Vaughn by a wish and a prayer, and he's still getting shots down. Remarkable effort by Infidel and his crew.
Absolutely no way the 76 should be alive with 3 Tigers around for as long as they have been.
AT shots close, but no cigar. One deflected. That's the problem. They keep launching AT shots on the front. I guess they're hoping they take out the crews maybe, but haven't been able to so far. Broken Arrow still got a good amount of guys on the point, but so far, no cigar in terms of getting any type of effort. If you look at the map here, I'm going to pull up both maps here. If you look, there is nothing Nothing for Broken Arrow anywhere close to Pierce. Nothing. It just, and so they're gonna have to, just got a garrison up in Gardens, but that's not even a red zone garrison. Almighty having to take a truck literally around Dugout way far west to try to get anything set up. With 35 minutes to go, this is the point where you gotta start making some type of play. And the one play that they were able to do earlier got taken out real quick. But now you got guys running across the open field for GBI on this east side. Cortrap, what do you think about this push that's going on for GBI right now?
Man, I think it could be something. There's also a 76 pushing from the northwest of Cattle Sheds. I think he's trying to get around the side of these two Tigers. If he's able to get around these two Tigers, he may be able to pull off an absolute amazing tank play. I guess we'll just have to see how it unfolds.
Yeah, but you can see Honey Badger and his crew are going around. There is a hit on the 76. The 76 that refuses to die. Infidel gets hit. He's going to have to back up in time. I think he did. Cannot get the double up. I mean, I think this is really one of the only things that's holding up the attack for GBI. They're getting closer and closer, but just haven't been able to already rain it down on Cattle Sheds. Sweet, running across the open field. Perpy right across from Dyslexics. I don't think they see each other just yet. Perpy takes out Dyslexics. Full repair on this 76 happening. All three guys are out. Very dangerous, but they're having to do it. And they're back in, fully repped.
One of the Tigers went down south of Cattle Sheds. Did we see what happened?
I didn't see it. AT maybe? the only thing I can think
See
of.
how
Artie,
there's nobody around.
Artie laying shots near close. I wonder if it was Artie.
There's no way.
I don't know.
I know you want to see it, but
I want to see it so bad. I'm so biased. Sweet on the outside. He got a satchel on the 76. Sweet got a satchel on the Infidel. And they're not going to spot it. Not the way that they're going. They're engaging the Tiger. Bombing run. It's a GBI one.
Jeep, that 76 with Honey Badger and his crew got hit with 2 AT rounds to the back
wow.
by Go-Go.
Oh no.
They're struggling over there.
They're about to run out of all of their armor elements here. Down goes the 76 on the point, and just like that, GBI pushing in. Cap progress in favor of GBI.
the Tiger went down too. Now there's no Tigers for GBI anywhere near cattle sheds.
So they're basically trading armor at this point, but in place, I mean, GBI is taking advantage of it, and now they got guys pushing in. 4 guys inside of the, sorry, 3 inside the barn, 1 inside the north side. Down goes Jesus. Don Vice taking 1 coming into the point, but they're going to continue to get cap favor. Got a quarter cap favor going in play.
Looks like that the third Tiger went down to Honey Badger and crew coming in from the east. They are damaged and repairing, but it looks like they got the kill on the last Tiger near cattle sheds, and that might be what saves it.
Yeah, they have saved it because Broken Arrow is now taking back pressure. I mean, it was looking really good for GBI. I mean, and they're not, Broken Arrow is not out of the woods yet either. I mean, this is
a GBI airhead landing in the wheat field east.
And they got OPs around it, a couple guys pushing in. The problem is that 76 may be in line of a shot. Nope, can't get it. Not from where he's at. It's a tight angle. Bike just went down in that tank, so they're down to 2-man. Tawzy, I think, is the one who got the shot. He just sniped the dude repping. But down he goes, Sherry banging. Taking out the sniper.
Well, let's see what kind of spawn we get on this airhead. Should be
There's an OP spawn team speaker really close to it. But down he goes. They smoked around the airhead. Only 4 guys are going to get off, but that may be enough.
No squad leaders. So one of the things you're able to do with an airhead is move squad leaders, which move OPs.
Yeah.
Right up to the point. But at least on that wave, we didn't see that.
So Broken Arrow have identified it, but they marked it as an OP. I'm not sure if they've identified that it's an airhead or not. They at least know it's a spawned place. The question is, they just got another one. No, Cashwell, the only one, needs the spotter. Flo is in the field. He has an OP down for his boys. The question is, do they shift guys into that OP? The only problem is Broken Arrow has identified those guys, and they're pushing in from the east side. Good awareness. Broken Arrow fighting tooth and nail to retain this point, but unfortunately just, you know, here's what's interesting. Almighty, I'm going to go to the southeast side of the point because Almighty Fallen has gotten back to where he was at before. He's driven a second supply truck up, and he just got a garrison. He just got a garrison, and Yogi Bear is close. Can he lock it in within 40 seconds? That's the real question. He's pushing for it. It's open currently, but oh no. Oh no. Almighty just won the gunfights. He's gonna take out the backline garrison, even though the garrison is locked. It's just one guy. Almighty's gonna take out the garrison here on the southeast side of Pierce Farm.
It's going to take him a while. We'll see if Yogi Bear can get there in time. Regardless, though, they're aware of the...
He just stopped.
Yep,
he heard the strafe. Oh, my gosh. He's going to...
It's a good play, but it buys more time for Yogi Bear to get here now.
The question is, can Almighty spot him? Can he hear him coming out? Oh, he fragged, but he fragged. He's got it. No, now Almighty knows. That might have saved him right there. Nope. Yogi Bear saves it.
See, they made this change a couple patches ago, where now when you get close to the garrison and lock it, it makes the staticky noise.
Yeah.
Makes it really hard to hear anything that's around you. And it's really made it harder in those instances for someone taking down a garrison because, I mean, you saw he got off because of the grenade, but he's looking up the hedgerow, probably had no sound cue that he was on the other side because the garrison sound, static sound, was washing it out.
So there is a Tiger coming into play. He's literally on the east. Oh, this is trouble. East side of Pierce Farm. And guess what? There is a 76. Not faced towards them. I don't think they have a ping on the tank at all either. This tank is going to be unaware. He's going to be unaware of it. Any tank coming to... I say that. He's rotating the gun.
The 76 on map edge is marked.
So GBI knows. I mean, he's pushing up on that east side, too. This 76 is moving. Give me a second, dude. I got to get some water. Holy crap.
GBI is using the full arsenal available to them of tanks. They have 2 Tigers, a Panzer IV, and a Luke's all in the field being used currently right now.
Yeah. So it's 3-2 for GBI. What's really interesting, so if you're joining the match and you didn't get to see the beginning, the initial cap progress, the initial cap was in favor of Broken Arrow. They did not hold it for very long. So within maybe 15 minutes, they were able to, GBI was able to take back the point, and they have not looked back since. Really interesting. It's not something that you see a whole lot, especially with how quick they were able to cap back, but really interesting. And Broken Arrow has been fighting from their backsides ever since. Whiskey goes down. Deflection off the 76 for the Tiger. And he's got a boogie out of there. So now Broken Arrow has identified where that Tiger is at. But I think GBI has the initial... I mean, they just have the advantage in this circumstance, unfortunately, for Broken Arrow. We're going to go back to the cattle sheds, and you can see here, Broken Arrow has fought off GBI. I mean, we had guys on the point, cap progress in favor of GBI multiple times. They fought back here. And Infidel and his crew back into the fight as a 76. Hurt, but not dead yet.
Yeah, big time credit to Broken Arrow. I said a couple times that it really looked dire on cattle sheds, that it was a matter of time, but you know, they proved me wrong and they fought them off, and
yeah,
you know, they've got a solid kind of perimeter around cattle sheds now established.
I think this goes to show both these teams deserve to be in tier 1. I mean, I think an inexperienced team would have fallen apart, and now you look at this Broken Arrow team, and they're pushing. They got garrisons up. Garrisons all over the place. They're trying to push, certainly. The question is, can they win the gunfights in time? And they got 25 minutes left. I have not seen an airhead go down for Broken Arrow. I don't know if they've tried it yet. I'd be really curious to see. They've tried 2 times to get a garrison up on that southeast side of Pierce Farm to no avail. Just seeing it coming with the trucks, unfortunately. Good awareness by GBI. They haven't had to have a whole lot of guys up on the defensive point. And they've been able to put a lot of pressure on cattle sheds, kind of keep Broken Arrow on its feet. And I think you got to with how dangerous Broken Arrow can be, especially on the infantry front. You can see a squad leader here, Roncon, up on the north side of Pierce Farm, literally just having to crawl through the fields, and I don't blame him. Don't got a whole lot of time to make something happen. You're getting to the point now where you have a limited number of pushes and opportunities.
You see the Tiger on map edge is now being searched for by 2 76s over there, but both 76s are marked, so he's aware there's 2 76s looking.
He just got hit.
So
he just got hit. I believe a turret hit. I'm not sure if that was a whole hit or not. It was a good hit, and he misses, so he got back just in time. But they're gonna get out to repair. There is an AT gun up, by the way, for GBI, but I don't think he has an angle on any of these tanks for Broken Arrow. It's really close. Sherby Banga just took out an OP. He's right next to this AT gun. If he shoots a shot, Sherby's going to know. Does he have a shot? Oh my gosh, he has a shot. With 76 rolling into play. Braz, hurry. Oh no, he just got off the gun. Whiskey misses the shot on the AT gun. Braz still alive, but a grenade takes him out. And the 76 is gonna roll up, man. It looks so like he had a shot so close. Down goes the AT gun. 76 rolling up. He may have an angle on this Tiger just for a split second. He does not.
He had an angle on the Tiger, but he was reloading because he shot the AT gun.
That's just, it's brutal. You could see their deflection. I don't know what angle that was from. It looked like he hit his right side.
There's a Tiger just east of Pierre's. Hit it.
That's-
Ricocheted.
There is a garrison for GBI. You can see it here. It's due southeast of this Tiger. 76 gonna back up here. We may see a tank engagement here. He's gotten deflected multiple times. He's got a repair station right next to him, too. He just got hit, but he's right next to a repair station. And he got a hit on the Tiger. I don't know why he's backing up. He's right next to the repair station.
The repair station will not save you from dying to a second shot.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Infantry just took the blow of a tank shot. I'm not sure which from, because both of them were shooting at the same time. A second in on the 76.
76 looks like he missed the shot on the Tiger. Only reason the Tiger's alive right now.
Deflected up the front with a 7-second 76.
Seconds.
He got a hit on the Tiger. Got a hit on the 76. They're just going back and forth here. Down goes the Tiger. 276s up on the east side. Really close to the garrison as well. No infantry trying to come in a little bit here as well.
Great job by the two Broken Arrow tanks to kind of push up and take care of that Tiger there together. Got a couple shots from each going in and making it so he can't escape. Now they still got the one just by Pierre's. Two, it looks like, by Pierre's now. But one of them's
I hear precision. I hear a precision. Oh my gosh, it hits a repair station but missed. Beautiful play by Yut and his crew to get back in time because they were hurt too. Unfortunate. I mean, these tanks have been very aware. And already just raided down around the garrison, but it's just a second off the spawn wave. Just one guy, but down he goes. Infantry pushing, but there's no... Man, but the tanks are just overwatching it. Track hit on the 76 with Praz running across the backside as an engineer. He may be able to get a satchel on this 76. No one's watching. Oh no. Can he get in time? He's moving. 76 on the track of the satchel down. Oh, Klon got out though. He's repping though. Oh no, they're repping. They don't know. Praz goes down, but he got his satchel down. So one tank is gonna go down here. 4 Broken Arrow. Oh, cap progress in favor of GBI. I just saw that. Man, just, I guess a prox cap? Just one guy for Broken Arrow. No one on for GBI. No, it's not in prox. It's in favor of... Oh my gosh. They're getting cap progress in favor of Broken Arrow on Pierce Farm. They just run down the front door, Lionheart in the point.
Yeah, and they're really hurting for garrisons around there. There is one northwest, almost on the red-blue border in G5. Another one on Pizza Slice, and then a half-track to the south. So they do have spawns, but nothing particularly close for GBI.
And here's the interesting part. There is an OP for Broken Arrow on the point. Cap progress, not yet. Aviator, who is an armor guy, just got a kill on one of the Broken Arrow guys on the point. They're getting cap progress back. This is huge. 19 minutes left. Broken Arrow, certainly GBI, man. Airhead coming in for Broken Arrow. Airhead coming in. On the north side of Pierce, infantry just has to hold it down. Lionheart may be their only hope. Proxy as well. Droznik and Whiskey are going to spawn on it too.
Yeah, Broken Arrow sees this is their chance, and they're taking it. They're going to throw everything like the bombing run. Whatever they got coming in.
And just got him with the war crime stick. Aviator goes down. There's no one on the point now. But Perfect coming in on the north side. He's going to get to that airhead. Oh no, one spoiler, Perfect. Already took him out. Oh my goodness. Already just saved the airhead. That's huge.
Let's see what this spawn wave looks like.
Airhead is good. They just put that in over the chat as well. Unbelievable. I hear a bombing run. They know the airhead is there. Smoke rounds. Over. Look at that spawn wave with a broken bombing run. Can they get out in time? One guy survives. Oh,
the bombing run did kill the airhead.
It did kill, and it killed all of the squad leaders except Dirty Troller. Dirty Troller is the only squad leader back on this point left, and he does have an OP. He does have an OP, but that's not enough. Big spawn wave on the point. Off that
Not
OP.
over yet, but that was a clutch bombing round. That's why you want to save it for important occasions. You don't need to use the bombing run to get kills. You got to save it for the most important occasions, and he had it in... Pranab had it in his back pocket. They got the mark on the airhead and took it out, and honestly probably saved the point right there.
Yeah, it did. And already just coming down. OP still up for Broken Arrow, but that's it. That's literally their only spot way, and they're holding on by tooth and nail just to try to get any type of cap progress on this point. You got some guys for Broken Arrow starting to push in on the north side, but they're nowhere near. Big spawn way for GBI up on this north side. Takes out a couple guys. I'm not sure if it's an OP or of a Garrison, but OP. It's an OP. And he just, gosh, just for good measure, taking him out with an AT rocket. Cap progress in favor. There is no one on the point for GBI. It's going back and forth.
Here's one of the problems for GBI. I'm looking at the map right now. They have a Garrison right on the FG border to the west of Pierre's, and then one on map edge. And those two Garrisons are locking out any possible Garrison on the hardpoint for Pierre's. Until they remove and redo that Gary network, I don't think they can fit a Garrison on the hardpoint right now, and that's why they're kind of struggling to maintain control there.
Yeah. So for now, big spawn wave. They do have a half track that's due south as well. So lots of spawn waves outside of the point, just not inside. Which, I mean, honestly, Broken Arrow has been inside this point for quite some time, just barely holding on with some OP guys.
Not the end of the world to not have a Garrison right on the hard point, but they don't have anything really that close either. So they got to kind of reevaluate, I think, this Garrison network and make sure that they have it how they want it for the last few minutes here.
So 15 minutes left. So the real question is, I assume GBI is not going to push this, especially with the cap progress that we've seen on this point. GBI finally getting solidified on the point. They've eliminated all of the Broken Arrow infantry on the point. Now we're returning into long-range tank engagements as well. 76 just playing out in that northeast side.
Sheep, that Tiger south of Pierre's just went down.
Oh, that's huge. That's huge. I was looking for it. That's where I'm looking at right now. Yep, it's dead. Good eye, Crunchtrap. By the way, Crunchtrap, while we have you, I mean, what are your thoughts on what's happening right now, my man?
Man, it is getting hot and heavy on Pierre's. I don't see any more BA guys on there right now, but there for a second, it was real hot, and I think if they can get, keep up the pressure, they still got a shot. I mean, there's 14 minutes. It takes 2 minutes to cap a point. So, and it's still getting procs contested. I think they for sure still have a chance to pull out a sneaky dub.
It was so interesting too. Thank you so much, Crunch. It was so interesting too. Broken Arrow still, they lost some tanks early on, but they've kind of come back a little bit. They still got 2 76s, I believe. 3 76s now. One's rolling into the picture. That's going to be Yut and Klond. 3 76s now on that north side. They got some armor. And a PZ4 now rolling into play for GBI, ER Bomb, and Mooncats. They're not out of the woods yet, but GBI has done a great job of solidifying the point. Big infantry push from the northeast side of the point, and they got some space if they can get past Cooked. Proxy right on the other side of the wall from him. Literally just unaware of each other. But some guys that literally can just walk down the front door. We just saw a tank go down. No, AT gun. AT gun just goes down on the road. So the real question is, can Broken Arrow figure out where the openings are? Oh my gosh, MG's just covering. You can see there, Go-Go. Way far out from the west, taking out guys. But a 76 now playing a little bit aggressively. Honey Badger rolling in, deflection off his right side. He's gonna roll it to this point and gets cap progress in the meantime. 13 minutes left, and Broken Arrow getting some cap progress. Hit on the rear of the 76. And he's gonna stay still. Infantry, where are you?
There's one Tiger on the board for GBI right now. It's over at the hill southwest of Pierre's. Warner Brothers or having it sometimes called. And there you got the Panzer IV on the right map edge. And Honey Badger has pushed his 76 right up onto the point. Where Sweet, who we've already seen satchel one of these 76s.
Oh my gosh!
Just got his face smashed in.
But down he goes! Got taken out by a PC-4! I don't know about that. That is brutal. I mean, very aggressive, but no infantry support around him. I mean, got cap progress for a little bit, wasn't able to sustain, and now you just lost a 76. Fortunately for Broken Arrow, I believe they have 2 more still left in the picture. One pushing up on that east flank, and he may get a shot on this PZ4 here coming up pretty soon. Big spawn wave on that east side for GBI. They have a garrison there as well. Leonidas in the thick of it takes out Proz. And we asked, please don't cap this in 15 minutes or so. It has been far from it. It has been tooth and nail battle. 76 may have an angle on this PZ4. I'm not sure. It's really tight.
I went over and had a quick chat with Prawn Hub, asked him what he thought about their setup and their hold right now going into the last few minutes, and he said he feels good. He thinks they got good control of where they need to hold on for these last few minutes.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find Almighty as well, too. You know, we got 11 minutes left. There is cap progress in favor of Broken Arrow. They're just right on the edge. Let me find Broken Arrow here on the map. Garrison is locked and gone. East of Cattle Shed, there is a hit on the 76. I'm looking. I do not see Almighty on the map. That's unfortunate. We'll find him at some point. Down goes the 76 that was on the road. I'm not sure what took him out.
It was a Tiger southwest.
Yep.
Peeking that broken house just south of Pierre's.
That's going to be huge. They just lost their second 76 in the span of a few minutes.
Yeah, they still have the one on map edge. Well, I say that, and it just exploded. Just got taken out by an AT gun.
PZ4 rolling in on that east side.
So I don't know what the armor situation is like for Broken Arrow right now, but
Gone.
One Tiger,
Gone.
Yeah, one Tiger south and one Panzer IV east, and it looks like another Tiger that's going to come up for the last few minutes here. So, going to be real tough. I mean, you know, you could always go back and question, you know, whether the right play was made at the right time, but you got to use those assets if you're down. You got to get aggressive.
Yes.
You got to take chances. I mean, it's easy to say, oh, you just lost all your tanks, but you got to do something. I mean, you could sit back there and end the game with 376s sitting behind hedgerows, but it's not going to do any good if you're down 2-3.
Yeah, absolutely. We can see some infantry pushing in on that north side. Just such an open area, such a hard area to push in from. And already just raining down on that north side. And the MG is just killing it. You can see here 1200 is literally switched to sniper. They needed him on sniper. 9 minutes to go, really 7 minutes with the reinforce to get any type of cap progress. We got a bit of a, I'm jumping around a bit, so I apologize, but we got a bit of a push here up on this east side of the point. Broken Arrow pushing south. With the garrison not that far away. Sherby, Pib.
Turned into a knife fight down here.
It really is. Skinned to the point where CQB tank shot. I believe. Down goes Pip. Venus. Now it's a 2-on-1 Campo Venus versus Sharby. He's got a frag literally right in front of him. He just did an underhand throw to try to take him out.
Made it over the top.
Made it over the top. Yeah.
Maybe it did. Here's a little tip. If you look straight up and throw a grenade, the grenade's gonna land about 4 meters in front of you. So if you need to throw a grenade over a hedge, get as close as you can, look straight up, it's gonna go about 4 meters forward.
That's a great, I did not know that. Great tip. Absolutely great tip. Broken Arrow is continue to fight, but they get pushed one way and then get pushed the other. They're trying to the good thing for Broken Arrow, they have not, you know, they have not followed the there is a 76 rolling into play. Honey Badger and his crew are pushing up on that northwest side. You know, Broken Arrow has not resorted to just continuing to push one way or the other. As soon as they get stopped, they push another angle, or right now they're pushing up on that west side. They got some guys rolling in. The most success they've had is from the north, but the problem is now GBI's already is coming in on the north side, and it's just so hard to get anywhere close. And they've had MGs that have just nailed them as they've come in. But look at Kebs, a medic, pushing fast and hard. He goes down, though.
You got one person.
Oh, no.
Causing cap progress.
Oh, no.
Right now.
Just saw that. Pedro. And the problem with this is now Broken Arrow is going to have to get guys off. You don't know how many guys have pushed in onto Cattle Shed. Bombing run for GBI. And it may have just taken out the garrison. There was a garrison up in this field. It may be gone. It's gone. They just took out the attacking garrison on the north side of Pierre's. Beautiful play. Beautiful play by Prawn Hub.
Yeah, they got that last bombing run of the game. I was thinking maybe it wasn't worth it because it wasn't hitting much, and you know, you never know what's going to happen the next 4 minutes. But taking out that attacking garrison, he's got to be calculating. Okay, you know, they'll probably get it back up, but it's going to set them back enough that it's going to, you know, stop them from being able to get any momentum going from that area. So, yeah, you know, he obviously decided it was worth the risk, and you know, hey, he's got him this far so far. So.
And GBI is committing a lot more guys. They got 4 guys on this point. Big spawn wave off the, I believe, yeah, off the garrison on Cattle Sheds. That might be the death knell for this Broken Arrow push. Sweet goes down. They're dropping supplies. Sweet goes down. Bond gets him.
They're calling to fill. They're calling to fill Pedro's OP on Cattle Sheds, so they're going.
Wow.
Going for the 4th point right now.
Very aggressive, you know, it's what they were talking about before. 89-minute 5-0 is what they were calling for in the interview. Oh my gosh, this is just Broken Arrow has had their moments, but unfortunately just not able to capitalize at certain points. GBI has been able to reel it in. Broken Arrow fighting like true champions. You know, every effort to try to get back in. I don't look at Broken Arrow right now at a loss at all. Satchel coming in on the point. Pedro is the only one up. Is his OP still up? Not sure yet, but down he goes. So they finally cleared it. Unfortunately, with 2.5 minutes to go, basically, no real push at this point for Broken Arrow. They may be done.
I had a quick chat with Cactus, who we talked to in the pre-show. He wanted to say hi to his mom, his dad, and all the girls back home, first of all. And yeah, he said they were making him work for it. He said he feels good about where they're at, kind of like what Prawn Hub said. But he said we've been working all game. They've been making us work for it, and it hasn't been easy.
Yeah, they have been, and the pressure that they put on 4th point, that's not always the case in these competitive matches, especially with top teams. An ESP team or a Syndicate team may not be as aggressive against such a top team, but GBI has really put the pressure to Broken Arrow. But Broken Arrow, you gotta give them credit where credit is due. They've continued to push and push and push. X-Rith up on the roof of this house, but down he goes. About a minute and a half. Go ahead.
Sneaky Stewie action coming up behind, trying to come up behind these two tigers, coming from the south.
I see it. I see it. Oh, this is going to be a good one. And he is right behind it. Crossfire and Klond. Two-man Stewie crew on a mission. They stopped, though. They're not going to try to push in. They may have just the slightest angle on this tiger. I'm not sure. You could see the tiger just barely in picture. Takes out the half track. Okay, so they go for the half track here. Big spawn away from the... Go ahead.
Reveal that they're back here, but yeah, for sure you got to take out the spawns when you can.
Yeah, absolutely. Stewie, I don't think that this tiger knows. And he may have circumvented everyone. There is a spotter due north of him. Oh no. I don't think they know where they see a tank, they hear a tank shot to the right with the tiger not shooting north of them. Oh, but it just did, and they just marked it. Come on, Stewie. They're going to go for the PZ-4. About 20 seconds left to get any type of cap pressure, or it's done, and it looking like it's done.
There's a desperation airhead from Broken Arrow coming down, but it's not defended, and it looks like there's already some
it's a desperation play. I mean, they're literally sitting right over the top of it. They know exactly where it's going to land. That's going to do it. So opening week, APL Division 1, the first match of Division 1. Stewie coming up on the rear of the PZ-4, maybe get a little bit of a consolation prize here. Deflects off the back of the PZ-4, oh no! Oh no! And then gets a track shot. Oh no! Oh man!
It's like they're just gonna try to get out of there. PZ-4 is solo, so he can't shoot and move at the same time.
Oh well, he's got a shot then still. Man. Oh, brutal. But that's it. So week 1. Division 1, first matchup of Division 1 is going to end up 3-2 for Gary Busters versus Broken Arrow. Oh my gosh, he just took out the crewmates. Just took out the crewmate. But that's going to do it. Crunchtrap, after watching the entire match, what's your thoughts on the entire match?
No, I think it was fairly close throughout the whole time. You know, there were moments when BH really shined. There were moments when GBI really shined. But I think, all in all, I'm not just saying this because, you know, I like tanks, but I think it really, really, really came down to, you know, to tanks and being aggressive with the tank plays and, you know, positioning. You know, I really think that, you know, GBI overall had the better armor. I really think it was outcome was heavily influenced by those armor squads. Like Broken Arrow played a heck of a game, so did GBI. It was an amazing game to watch. Yeah, I think the outcome was heavily influenced by those epic armor duels that we got to watch for an hour and a half.
Yeah, I agree. Wix, what are your thoughts on the match, dude?
It was about what we expected, right? We knew it was going to be close. We expected it to be close, and it was close. I mean, you know, a couple plays one way or the other, and it could have been the other way around. I mean, I think back to a really big play early in the game was the Panzer IV taking out the opening Sherman. And I kind of said it at the time. I think you get that medium down like that, and it enables you to get aggressive with your armor. And even though Broken Arrow capped first, we saw GBI get aggressive with their armor once the Sherman was down, and that's how they recapped Pierre's, and they never let it go. So, you know, and you look at plays like the bombing run coming in a timely manner on the airhead and stuff like that. Like there was a few plays that could have changed the outcome. But I think for Broken Arrow, this was, you know, one of the more winnable games I think they'd look at, so they might be a little bit disappointed to not get the win here. But at the same time, I mean, you look at, you look for the silver linings in the defeat, and you can look and see how dire things were on cattle sheds. They were bad. You know, that tank that Infidel had was getting shot. Probably took like 15 shots and repaired and got shot again. Went over here, tried to not get shot, and just hanging on by their fingernails on the cattle sheds. And from coming from that point to being where they were at the end, you know, with a few minutes left, where they were threatening to capture that point, I think that says a lot about the team and the how they don't give up. And I think they should be proud of that. It sucks to lose. They're probably not happy that they lost. But if you look at how crappy things were at about 45 minutes or whatever it was that they were on the brink of losing cattle sheds, and they came back and gave themselves a chance to win. And hey, like, if you have to lose, you got to try to look for something. And if I'm them, you know, I look at that and I say, hey, you know, at least we did that.
Absolutely. I agree. I think both these teams stocked. It's unfortunate, you know, in some ways, you know, I looked at Broken Arrow going into this match as the underdog, given the fact of their history, you know, four win streak now extended to 5 win streak for GBI over Broken Arrow. But I don't look at it and think like, hey, like, you know, Broken Arrow stock goes down at all. They're an extremely competitive team, and their fighting spirit was incredible. I loved watching it, and you know, I think that both these teams are going to be absolute contenders going into APL in this Division 1. So going into that, Crunchwrap or Wix, do you know how any of the other matches ended up being? Did we? I know that we mentioned Three Foys versus Vanguarda. Lucky Strikes versus 173rd happened. Do we know how that ended up being? That was a Division 3 matchup.
I have not seen anything on that. The only other one that I've seen is that Vanguarda and.
Okay. So we'll have to. So make sure that if you're not in the, if you are not in the Discord for APL, be sure to check that out because that has all the matchups. If you're not in the Dogs Den Discord and you want to know when we're going to be streaming, be sure to check out our Discord. We post whenever we're casting. Wix.
It's I don't mean to interrupt, but it looks like Lucky Strikes 5-0'd 173rd.
Wow.
In about 35 minutes.
Unbelievable. So Lucky Strikes and Mikey's Marauders get a 5-0. That's a pretty great start to their APL season. So for season 2. So Wix, Crunchwrap, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. You guys are the best. You really are. Wix, it's always a pleasure casting with you.
My dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Always a fun time.
It is always a fun time. So we're going to throw it. I have no idea who we're going to throw it to, but we will throw it. So appreciate you guys, and be sure to check out the Dogs Den in the future. I'm Sheepdog. Wix and Crunchwrap were with me for this stream. Shout out to Prawn Hub and Cactus and 1200 for joining us in the pre-match interview. And be sure to check out Angelo De La Morte and Guderian are going to be streaming tomorrow for the Syndicate versus ESPT matchup. That should be a banger of a matchup. And then also Ronin versus 75th is going to be streamed by Almighty Fallen. So be sure to check out both those streams. Both of the links are in the APL Discord server. So thank you so much. And please sure to stay on as we raid an unsuspecting or maybe suspecting streamer.